Yo, what's up?
Hello?
How old are you?
20. I love him. He's my big dad.
Dude, what is going on right now, chat? That was a fetus, chat. That's so tough. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
21.
For sure. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
What's your birth year?
2004. Oh, fuck. Trump's my nigger, 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 nigger,
Oh
nigger,
my
nigger, nigger,
god,
nigger, nigger,
dude.
nigger, nigger.
Please, please stop, bro. Why do people do this? Oh my gosh. All right, let's go to the next person. Everyone keep tapping that screen. Keep sharing the live. Again, only do send a guest request if you disagree, y'all.
Yo,
We are
what's
just looking
good?
for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
What's your birth year?
February 16, 2005.
For sure. Do you support Trump?
Fuck yeah, he's my big daddy, bro. He got a big ass dick.
You're trolling too. What is going on today, chat? What is going on? We're gonna get someone up here. Only send a guest request if you disagree. Jesus is God has to be actually be legit. Okay. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? You're muted. Oh my gosh, chat. What is going? They left. No, we're gonna be fine, everyone. We're gonna get someone. Keep tapping that screen. Keep sharing the live. We'll get someone up. We'll get some debates, everyone. Don't worry. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello, my friend. I am 30.
You're 30?
Yes, I'm 30.
Yeah, for sure. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do support Trump
Why so?
because he get rid of the immigrants.
What's wrong with immigration?
Well, I think they take away from real Americans, like they take the jobs and stuff.
How do immigrants take jobs? Can you explain that to me?
What do you mean? How do immigrants? Because they get in the jobs that Americans need.
Well, you
How
understand
do they
that.
take?
Okay, well, everyone's saying
Yeah.
troll, so I'm gonna go on to the next person. People are saying troll. I'm just gonna trust the chat. There's a lot of trolls in chat, so people think that's FIFA. That's a bit much. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18,
Yeah, what's your birth year?
2004,
What's that
October
in the
1st.
background, by the way?
I just got out of the shower. What you mean?
Okay. Yeah, so do you support Trump?
Yeah, support Trump.
Why so?
Because he's the only president that actually cares for the United States, in my opinion, in a long time.
Oh, how do you know he cares?
Because he doesn't like Mexicans, them fucking wetbacks.
Oh my gosh, bro. Why is everyone a troll today, chat? Why is everyone a troll? It's like every person. It's actually every person. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
What's your birth year?
February 16th, 2005.
Dude, why is everyone saying
I
February
love you, Parker. I've
2005?
been watching you since before quarantine. I love you, bro.
Oh my gosh, I love you too. I know you don't disagree. I know they don't disagree. We're gonna go to the next person, everyone. Love you too. I love you too. When they say 18, just kick. Honestly, that's what I'm about to do. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
51.
For sure. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Why so?
He's gave 75, Biden's gave 75 million to Ukraine. Why?
Million? Isn't it
Sorry,
billion?
billion, my bad, billion to Ukraine.
Yeah, and in the form of what?
And look at all the real estate. Everyone's losing their
Wait, no,
homes
in
too.
the form of what? In the form of what?
Sorry?
Do you even know what it's in the form of? The 75 billion that you just referenced. What was it in the form of?
Well, he gave it to Ukraine for military assistance.
He just gave as a gift?
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Really, really. Angel, I appreciate the galaxy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It wasn't a loan?
Well, you watch the news, don't you? He gave 75
No.
million to Ukraine where he can support
As
America
a
with
as
that.
a, as a, as a loan, right? Angel, thank you so much. I
Fucking
appreciate the
Zelensky's
fireworks.
a
Thank you so
fucking
much.
robber.
I'm confused how that relates to what we just said, but again,
No,
it is
you're
the case that
confused,
it is
bud.
a loan
You're
out of our.
confused.
Yeah,
You're
so
confused.
no, I'm not confused. It was money that was reallocated from a military budget as a loan that we're going to get money for back. Oh, they just left. Okay. All right. We're going to go to the next person. Only do send a guest request. If you disagree, we are just looking for some debates. What is going on today, everyone? I'm really confused. Angel, much for the dinosaur. Angel's going crazy today. I appreciate it, Angel. Thank you so much. You coming on? All right. Well, just looking for some Trump supporters, everyone. Only send a guest request if you disagree, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Your mom.
That was a zygote. That was a zygote. All right. We've got another HVAC. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
36.
For sure. Do you support Trump?
I do.
Why so? Appreciate the sunglasses. Thank you so much.
I think that a lot of blue collar people really relate to him. And I think, I'm one of those blue collar people. When I see like a good
Really?
example would be like,
So you're relating to a billionaire's kid, right? That got like a small loan of $1 million, that lives in like a super mega mansion, like in a gold palace, right? You're relating to him, really? Appreciate the boot.
well,
Thank you
I
so
mean,
much. Seems
look,
like there's a lot to relate to.
well, at least he can talk that talk because other people in Congress don't even talk the same language. It seems like they talk completely different. And he may have a lot more money than me, but at least it feels like he understands me better. And I'll give you an example, like
Yeah, like what
some of the
example?
other people. So, like Biden, for example, when I listen to Biden, I don't think like that's a guy that relates to me at all.
I wouldn't think that with Trump or Biden.
What would you, who do you feel like you relate to more?
I don't relate to either of them.
Well, I didn't mean in either of those two. I mean, just in politics in general.
I don't really relate to people mostly. I'll find like a person I like, and then throughout time, I'll figure out all the things I don't like about them, and that feeling will change, right? I think we want to find ideologues that are going to meet up to everything that we would want, right? But oftentimes it just doesn't happen, and it's unrealistic.
Well, so I know you said that you feel like uh, you made a comment about me relating to like a billionaire that took $1 million loan from his dad. So I'm gonna assume that you don't relate to that. So you do know people that you do feel more relatable to. So I think when, as a blue collar person that goes out and works in the heat and works at the construction type job, and I hear Trump talking about miners, and I hear, and just in the construction part of that, it means a lot to me because people can relate to that. I can relate to that. Let me say it that way. I can relate to that. You know, I work with new construction. Now, as far as his policies, there's a lot of his
Wait, what
policies
were you
that are
saying about Trump talking to miners?
miners, like coal miners.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard something else. I apologize. Yeah,
That may
so
be, I mean,
dude,
that,
that just like it sounded like minors, like people who are under 18.
well, that's a fair assumption on your part.
Yeah.
But
They
maybe that
sound
goes
very
to,
very oddly similar.
but not to a blue collar person.
Well, no, trust me. No, I understand that there are minors, right? But I didn't know what you were referencing at the moment because I couldn't see the difference in the letters because they sound the same.
Sure, but that's what I'm saying is that as a blue collar person, my perspective is very different than yours. So when
Sure,
you hear the
sure.
word when you hear the word minor, you think of a small child. When I hear the word minor, that isn't the first thing that comes to my mind.
I don't think that's because of that. I don't think that's really has anything to do with that. I think that's just like the terminology that we were understanding at the time. Like that's what you would relate to more, I guess. Is that what you're saying?
Right. When I think of a minor, my first image is not a small child.
Yeah, because you're thinking Miner, not Minor, which
Right.
is what I was
But
thinking.
right. Uh, the putting our country first, for example, I don't I don't see why that's a bad thing. I mean, everybody here pays money for that. Why shouldn't everybody here receive benefits for that? Why should we send any money to Ukraine?
Yeah, so this is a
Ukraine don't send
loan
money to
one.
us.
And then two, also, if you actually want to support people, right, then why do you vote for Republican politicians that constantly are trying to defund different types of social safety net mechanisms in the United States?
So I do think that there is like a lot of social benefits, uh, Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare. I believe that those things are good, and I can be a Republican and feel that way. It doesn't mean that um, there's different levels of progressiveness, just like there's different levels of Republicans or conservatives for that matter. I mean, and see, in my head, financially, I'm more on a conservative level. I don't think we should send money. I don't even think we should loan them money because we still have people in the streets here. Why would we take care? Why would we send money and resources when the people here aren't doing well? You
Okay,
know,
so, well, because we want to stop Russian aggression into Europe, because they're clearly showing that they are aggressing into multiple different areas in Europe, previously owned by the Soviet Union.
why care about Europe at all? Why can't Europe
They're
take
our
care of Europe?
allies.
Why can't Europe take care of Europe?
Well, it is the case that Europe can, right? But it's also the case that we want to set precedent for countries like Taiwan, right, and China, right?
Well,
You don't want countries that are military superpowers just to start taking regions around them. You don't want to set that precedence.
NATO, for example, we pay our fair share. The countries over there do not. So, like, they don't pay their required amount. Why should we continue to pay our required amount when they don't hold up their end of the deal?
Do you want what influence do you want there to be in in the region? Like,
Why do, like, in my head, I'm sitting there thinking Europe can handle Russia on their own. Why do I care as an American here what Russia does over there anyway?
well, because
You know,
that's going to have geopolitical effects like internationally. It's not just going to affect Europe. That will affect Asia. That will affect Africa. That will affect South America. That will affect the places all around the world where just military superpowers, right? People that have imperialist notions in their head, they're going to want to invade other countries around them because there's not going to be any idea or threat of the United States as a global superpower even questioning that, right?
sure. But I mean, all right. So me and you have difference of opinions, right? That's fair.
Sure, I guess.
Okay. So you live here. I want the best for you. You know what I mean? Like if you were my neighbor, you're living next door to me, and you didn't like you're struggling with your bills, you have these issues. I care about you.
Thank you for
The
that
guy
message.
that's in
Appreciate
Europe,
it.
the guy that's in Europe, I don't care about.
Wait, why?
And
Like
because
this also makes no sense to me. Like what is different about someone in the United States rather than someone around the entire world that means you care more about one
because
than the other?
the reason I care about
I
more,
think that we're just dehumanizing people from other countries.
it's
That's
not
actually what it seems like.
it's not that I'm dehumanizing them. I'm just taking our response, like the people. Let's say Germany or whatever, or we'll say Ukraine. In order for us to be a part of their conflict, they had to pass up France, Italy, uh, Great Britain. Why can't all those people handle it? Why does it have to come literally all the way around to the other side of the earth for us?
There are
Like I want
like for example, right? Why don't I just help my family? Why do I have to help someone that's living in New York?
right.
Why
I
do I
agree
have
with
to
you.
why do I have to help someone that's living in Florida? Well, because it produces a better overall society, right? And I mean, there are specific things that I think that should be done internationally. I think there should be like a basis for international affairs, right? I think that there should be international cooperation, right? The fact that we literally, like as a species, like the human species, fight, engage in war, right, and try to control and dominate each other rather than trying to work together and right trying to make each other better off is exactly the very detriment to our species that we wouldn't want, right? And it's like so sad that like we have to like look at that and we have to be like, yeah, this is what represents us. Right? Think about an alien species that came and just like look at our planet. They're like, wow, look at what these people are doing. Wow, this is just like absolutely terrible. Like honestly, I think that they would look at us and be like, this is like uncivilized. Like unironically, like think about people from the future, think about aliens, right? If they were to like think about human beings, this seems uncivil.
Probably, you know, and look, and maybe my opinion is coming off misconstrued. It's not that I don't care about those people at all. It's that before I go to help them, I'm gonna make sure everyone here is straight. There's a lot of people here suffering. You know what I mean? Like, and I
We
guess
could
my
do both at the
conflict.
same time, right? That's my idea. And like the amount that we're giving to places around the world, that is so minimal. And it's also like people are so much more willing to give money and things to like Ukraine and whatnot in places in Europe than they are to like giving money to places around the world. There are countries around the world that are dealing with embargoes, right? And starvations, mass starvation because of forced starvation, right? There are people that are being genocided, unalived. We should care about those people too, right? Honestly speaking, what is different about those people insofar as that we wouldn't care about it? If that same thing was happening in the United States, do you know how much we'd be fucking freaking out over that? That's how much we've dehumanized people from all around the world. That when we look at those types of events, we don't even think about it as much as we think about 9/11, right? Not to say that 9/11 is not a big deal, right? But it is the case that we literally will look at that as this extraordinarily bad event, something that we have to never forget. But then thousands of people, millions of people die around the world, starve, get mass genocided, right? And then we literally don't engage with that at all, and we don't even think about that.
So
That's kind of like my issue.
Sure, I mean, I could understand that. I
Sure.
guess maybe another way I could put it is like this. Let's say we're going to build a house. We got bricks in our yard. We're going to have enough bricks to build our house. Well, the guy down the road is he's trying to do the same thing we are. He's trying to build up his country just like we're trying to build up ours, right? But he's like, hey, I need some of your bricks. Well, you could give some of your bricks, but eventually you're going to end up giving away so many of the bricks to build your house, you won't be able to build it no more. And in my opinion, I think it's best to build your house first, get everything right, and then you can go to help them. You can even invite them to your house.
So this is a never-ending cycle. Then you essentially right. Our house is never going to be built up insofar as that we would be able to establish anyone else. I could see the same thing in my household, right? People who are not making much for their household could say, "I'm not going to help the society out at all until I make sure that we have this established." Well, then we're never going to have any type of societal cooperation, right? We have societal cooperation to ensure that people in those circumstances do have their needs met. That's the point of societal cooperation.
Yeah, I mean, we could still have societal cooperation because I mean we could still trade back and forth. I mean, I'm not opposed to trading back and forth with people, creating jobs. I'm not opposed to that
It's not
type of
just
stuff.
trading and like jobs. It's like it's in terms of values, in terms of the way that we view other people, right? And the very basis of me literally saying that, okay, well, we care about people in other countries way less than we care about people here is exactly the point that we need to reference. Why do we feel that way? Why do we hold that
Well,
view? And that's fundamentally speaking because there's been methods throughout history within almost lots of human societies where they have dehumanized countries around them to then justify treating them worse than they do treat people amongst their supposed in group.
well, I look at it like the people here is pay these taxes for these things to happen, and it's in a way it's kind of doing them injustice by sending that money somewhere else. So it's like food stamps, for example, that's a social program. I'm not against that.
Okay,
You know,
so are
I
you
think
against Trump? He sent 83% of the tax cuts in the policy that he sent to the top 1%, people that make over $500,000 per year. Why is all the money that was way more than we spent to Ukraine? How come it's okay to send hundreds of billions of dollars to the top 1%, but it's not okay to do this? Please explain that to me. Make that make sense.
Sure. Like, in my opinion, the tax cut. Look, so to be fair with you, I'm a business owner as well, so I'm forthright with that information. I think what should happen is that the tax code should be very, very, very simple, maybe 10% across the board. And the reason I think that is because you take let's say the
So you don't
billionaire
want to
class.
take care. Wait, so you don't want to take care of people in the public, right? That would reduce how much taxes we get, right? I appreciate that, Mustache. Thank you so much. We're going to not be able to suffice the same level of food stamps. We're not going to be able to suffice the same level of Social Security. We're not going to be able to suffice the same level of Medicare, Medicaid. We're not going to be able to suffice the same level of like subsidies across the board in the government. Like you understand that like you will not be able to meet funding if it is just 10% across the board flat tax rate.
Hear me out. I don't think that would happen that way. The reason, in my opinion, is all right. The tax code, the way it is right now, the way it is currently, right now, the model that we have. If you mileage for my vans, you see that my channel is HVAC Tips. They give tax deductions for how many miles I drive in my vans. If you take that tax deduction from me, I'm going to operate my business in a way to where I can get another deduction. By making it a clear cut across the board, it kind of makes it, in my opinion, a lot more equal. You know, you take someone that owns some type of business, and they're going to try to operate it the most efficient way possible.
Here, do you want me to tell you why it doesn't make it equal? Because the people who pay more, they pay less effective of their overall like income. Because it is the case that people who are making less money, they spend a greater proportion of their income on basic necessities, things they need to live. So the amount they're taxed on that is significantly more than the individual in which makes a lot more, whereas how much they make, right? How much they spend is going to be so much less proportionally to how much their income is. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I'll make sure that
So, like there is like, and this is why progressive tax rates are important, is because there's inherently a regressive nature to cost of living.
I think by making it a stand, like, so what I pay in taxes for my company is, like, at the end of the year is not a lot. Even though, and I'll be forthright with you, even though that my company generates $1 million in revenue, not $1 million in profit, $1 million in revenue, which is probably a small amount in some democratic places. But I would happily just have a 10% across the board. But I would like that for everybody. You know, and I think if that's it, I like the idea of it being simple. Like I don't like the progressive tax as it goes up higher and higher and higher. And I think the more complicated the code is, the more money that's involved, the more time and energy people's willing to spend to find those deductions. So if you get a guy that has a business, $1 billion business, he's going to spend an awful lot of money to find every deduction he can. If it's just 10% across the board, well, that 10% is what it is. You know, especially.
Okay, so let's say cost of living every year is $20,000. Okay.
Sure.
For the person who makes $1 million, how much money do they have left over after cost of living?
$980,000.
Mm-hmm. And they got taxed on, let's say they got taxed on 10% of that. So how much do they have? They have what, like 880?
Something, yeah, roughly.
Yeah, they have 880. Okay, so they have 88% of their income, right, overall. Right. The person who makes, let's say $40,000 per year. This is above median income in the United States. So less than 50% of people in the United States make this, right? $40,000 a year, right? They spend $20,000 on cost of living, and they also, what do they do? They pay taxes. They've got $10,000 left, disposable income.
Sure.
So $10,000, they have 25% of disposable income. You have 88%. Okay, so that's the idea of the regressive nature of our tax structure. To say that 10% would be equivalent for individuals taking this into account would be mind blowing to me. That wouldn't make any sense, right?
I can understand that. Let me explain why it makes sense to me. I don't. As a business owner, I'm gonna do everything that I can do to cut my liability. Most business owners, they'll take shares, they'll take long-term capital gains. They'll do whatever they can to cut that rate down. So when you're saying someone that makes $1 million a year, there's actually a lot of people that's in control of $1 million a year, but they don't make $1 million a year, if that makes sense. You know, it's
No, I'm
not
saying
about
$500,000 a year in income. That was 83% of the tax cuts went to people that made over $500,000 a year in income. Okay, I'm not talking in revenue. I'm saying in income. If you make
Right.
500,000 revenue, likely speaking, your conversion rates are probably like 10%, right, or less, right? So you're going to be making what, like 50 to 100,000 maybe. Like if you 2%, right, or 20%. If you get 20% conversion,
sure.
which is extraordinarily high, right?
Well, is what people. I'm gonna say people like me. I don't care if it's my money, the business money, however you want to tax it. I'll try to make the most efficient use of that. If you want to tax it at a higher personal level, I'll make sure to not pay myself as much personally and put it as, that's a company car. That's a write-off. If that's, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, like, it's not about how much those people earn personally. Because if you change what it is personally, they'll put it on their business. If you want to tax the business more, they'll put it on their personal stuff. Like, they just want to be in control of which way it goes, so that way it's taxed the least possible way. Like if
Yeah. Anyone wants to be taxed to a less degree, but I'm confused what your point is. What's the point you're making here?
The point I'm making is if you say 10% across the board, the guy that's making or in control of $1 million, well, it's 10%, whether it's his personal or 10% of his business or whatever. He don't care no more. It is what it is. He can't get around that. So, and it's simplified. So,
again, what was my original question? My original question was, you were making a big issue about the money that we're spending to give to Ukraine, right, in terms of a loan, right? And that was $70 billion, right? But we're okay with hundreds of billions of dollars being given in tax cuts to people in America making over $500,000 a year.
I think the tax
and you were saying what was best for the blue collar workers. Those are not blue collar workers.
Well, I was saying about not Social Security, but EBT and food stamps. And I was saying, for the amount of money that we sent over to Ukraine, we could have doubled that for people. And I'm for that. As a conservative, I'm for that. As someone that would vote for Trump, I'd be for that. And you were saying that if you do that, the tax rates would, they would be modified. And that's somewhere in that conversation, we ended up with tax rates. But, when I'm sitting there.
So Trump disagrees with you, right? That's tough. So hold up. What do you agree with Trump on?
I don't think demonizing any group of people in this country is going to benefit us long term. Mm-hmm. It's like
so when Trump made fun of a disabled person and demonized them, is that not a bad thing?
Yeah, it's a bad thing.
Okay.
So look, I'm not. I'm a critical thinker. You say if he says something bad about somebody, that's a bad thing. But to be honest, I've said bad things about people. I'm sure you have too. Other people have. I mean, it's I'm not perfect by no means.
Not like Trump. Trump has uniquely said some crazy fucking shit. Like, let's be totally real, right?
Sure. Sure.
Are you saying you've said stuff like Trump?
I'm saying there's some things that I've said in the past that I have learned from. Have you?
Not to the degree that we'd reference with Trump, but
Any
yeah, there are
degree, though.
absolutely things that I've said in the past when I was younger that I've learned from, and I just didn't understand at the time.
Sure. Sure.
Sure,
You
right?
live and
Like,
you learn. I mean, what I'm saying is, like, in my opinion, like, uh, progressive, more Democrat groups, they tend to put one group against the other. And I would rather say us as Americans more is important as a group than other country.
you
Because
just
the
did the same
people in
thing. You literally
America,
just did the same thing you just critiqued. You just said Democrats always just try to like make there to be division, but then you just divided things.
like what?
You just made an in group and an out group in terms of the nation.
Yeah, the nation as a whole,
Yeah, that's
the
in group and
people
out
that's
group.
paying taxes for this group, the actual people in this country should have first take on the tax money that's here. They're paying the taxes,
Well,
not the
no,
other
that
people around the
already that
world.
already is the case, right? But what we're saying is that, like, again, right? This idea of how much money we're giving to Ukraine. This is like literally 10% of our military budget. Okay, it was reallocated from our military budget. So if you want to spend money like this on people at home, then why don't you advocate to reduce the military budget?
I think, like, I'm not against reducing necessarily the military budget, but I also like there's a bigger issue that we've kind of stepped around here a lot, and that's the money problem in general here. We keep printing more money, and that keeps the value on the money that we have, and that's the reason that
It's crazy. We don't really like print money like that. We like,
yeah,
we just add like a few digits.
the
We just
Federal
credit it to the
Reserve,
account. Yep. All we do is just add a few digits and credit it to the account. That's all we do now.
fractional reserve banking,
Yeah, that's mostly what it is. There's like a
and
specific set of like bills that are made, right? But that's mostly how money is added.
in yeah, in all actuality, in my opinion, I think the damage that does to us, like to you, that has a very different opinion than stuff than me, that
It depends
hurts
on how
us
much you do
both
it,
more.
right? Like actually adding money into the economy isn't necessarily a bad thing insofar as you meet maximum employment. Once you meet maximum employment, right, it seems to cause, right, higher levels of inflation because you don't have a subsequent increase in like supply to meet the increase in demand. Does that make sense? But
I agree with
essentially,
you.
what I would say is that there's little bits of demand lag that exist, right? That if we like send money into the economy, we can stimulate demand up into what would be the most amount we could produce as a society, or the maximum or full employment, right? So there are little bits of demand lags that we have that we can help the economy go faster and stabilize markets if we do this. But the issue is when we overcorrect, because when we overcorrect, it can cause issues within the context of price stability.
I'm with you. There's more common ground, I think, than what most people know or most people would agree. Without this conversation here, you'd probably say that most Trump supporters are this way or that way, but it's not. There's a wide range of people that fall into that category that are a Trump supporter. You know, that money where we have added those digits has caused me and you more problems than either one of those parties because it hasn't just been enough to keep up with the supply of people employment. There has been so much added in that over the course of a long term since 1950s, 60s, 70s that you can't buy the same stuff anymore. Not for the same amount. It's like people, like you're saying, if you tax someone 20,000 for cost of living, during the Great Depression, the average person was making $4,000 a year. A brand new car was 400. But we've got away from the gold standard, And so we're here today going back and forth with each other when if you were making $4,000 a year and you go buy you a new car for 400, me and you wouldn't be having this conversation.
Running a if everyone just switched to a gold standard globally, we would destroy global like trade markets because it would cause a increase in how much that we would have to spend to like move different sets of currency and stuff like that, which would actually like overall kind of add a greater level of cost to our side, and it would set off like the equations that we had prior with like what's the most efficient level of trade, because then we have more costs to take into account. Does that make sense?
What is your opinion on Bitcoin?
Well, digital currency in general is what we're going to move towards. I don't think we need Bitcoin, but there's going to be digital currency that's going to be the modern era. It already is mostly. I mean, like most of our currency already today is digital. Like when I'm talking the money that I have or the money that most people have in the banks, it's mostly digital.
So I invest in cryptocurrency, and that may be untraditional compared to most Trump supporters.
I know a lot of Trump supporters that do that.
Well, I think that's going to be a game changer for the two-party system in general.
Yeah, so it actually everything. This is what I would tell people that I know in my life. Everything is dependent upon what governments adopt. Okay, if a government doesn't adopt your currency, right, it's not going to be super increased in value. Okay, crypto is very volatile within the sense that it totally relies upon being adopted by a government. That's it. If the United States adopts your currency, you're going to be fucking rich. If the United States does not adopt your currency and instead adopts a different one, you're going to lose all your money. That's the idea.
Well, that's an interesting take. So, like this is my opinion on that. My opinion on that is that you got funds out there like BlackRock, and they're in control of, let's say, $10 trillion in assets.
They're investment funds,
right?
Like they're like yeah.
But what they're really in control of is voting rights. They have a lot of voting power. Now, before,
not really. So they have somewhat, but like actually most of it is just like it's like a by proxy sort of thing, right? They're on behalf of. They don't really get voting rights with most of the stuff they get. I don't know what you're talking about with that.
If you buy iShares, who do you think is going to have those voting rights?
The shares are being bought on behalf of people.
Right. Yeah,
so it's technically not the investment like company that is the owner of these assets, right? It's the individual who gave them the money that's the owner of the assets.
So are those individual owners getting to use their voting power in those company decisions?
I think it depends on like the stuff set up in your contract.
Because if that is the case, then we wouldn't have stuff like this ESG model, for example.
What do you mean?
Well, if BlackRock can decide an ESG model that they want to put out, how do they have that voting power where they can push that agenda?
What do you mean by ESG? Sorry, I just wanted to clarify that real quick.
BlackRock came out with a model, and they said, if you follow this model, we'll use our funds and they'll basically fund you. Meaning that trying to be careful with how I word stuff here, just in case. They have a certain agenda that they want to promote. And if you don't follow that agenda, well, they could promote someone else and de-promote you, for example. Like they have so much ability in purchasing power that they could simply sell your stock off and the value of your stock will decline. Or they could simply buy more of a stock they felt like is following their agenda that they want, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with anything about good business practice. It could be social, political type issues, like maybe it
They're
doesn't
trying to make the
necessarily.
most amount of money though, right? If they don't bring in the most amount of but there's a huge echo, man. If they don't bring about the most amount of profit, right, people aren't going to go to them. They're going to go to someone else. And they're going to put their money where they're going to make more money. That's the whole idea is the maximization of profits. So all of their actions going to be in accordance with the maximization of profits. Thank you for the ICU. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Or they're just going to be outcompeted.
Well, hey, I think I'll this outside of this topic, outside of this conversation, look into the ESG model that they had and what that does and what it promotes and what it's
Yeah,
about.
for sure, man.
And because I understand that's getting a little bit deeper into that.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree. I don't know what's going on TikTok today, but we're going to try to get some more people up here. Again, only do send a guest request if you disagree, if you think that, if you support Trump, y'all. Tap that screen. In the meantime, let's try to get to 250,000 likes, y'all. Love your lives, Parker. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to the next person. Everyone, please only do send a guest request if you do disagree, y'all. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Okay. Yeah, it's not adding people. Give it a second, everyone. Just 1 second, y'all. We'll get people up here in the meantime. If you do send a guest request and you agree, everyone, I will be going on to the next person. Y'all, I still need to get a new chair. Like I keep procrastinating getting a new chair for my lives. Because this one I've had since I was 13. Sophie posted the psychic video. Should we stop the live and look at that in a second? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, I'm 19.
What's your birth year?
2005.
Yeah, do you support Trump?
I do.
Why?
Because he makes our gas prices low. He drills a lot of oil. He doesn't cause a lot of shit between other countries.
Okay, so wait. So he doesn't cause shit with other countries. So if I'll just ask you a question then. Wait. Sorry, you got your oh, you said it wrong. Okay. Did he get it wrong, or was that just people in the chat getting it wrong? I didn't even think about it. Did they get it wrong, chat? I don't know. 2005 is 18, right? Yeah, 2000. I know. Yeah, that is. Yeah. He said 2005, 19. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Okay, everyone. Let's look at the video.
Tell me when I get it. There you are. It's turning the light off and on. Flicking the light switch low.
That was it? What are they talking about? What are they talking about, dude? All right, I'll look at it later. I don't even know what we're supposed to look for there. Apparently, there's something paranormal that happened there. I don't know where it is. Everyone. All right, we're gonna go to the next person. Please only do send a guest request if you disagree, everyone. Please only do send a guest request if you disagree, y'all. Okay, it's really not accepting people right now. Today's been really slow on getting guests up today. I really don't know what's going on with the lives today. Maybe because I started early or something? I don't know. Is that it, chat? Disagree with what? If you support Trump. Redo your live? I already did. We did that earlier. Yo, chat, if you have debated me before on this topic, please do not send a guest request. I'm trying to get to some new people, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Any updates on Dean's channel? No, I've heard nothing. I've heard nothing. I think he's gonna be back on his main once that week banana's done. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, what up?
You are a fetus. Okay. Yeah, everyone, there's like no guest requests from new people. Please only send a guest request if you disagree, everyone. All right, it did not accept this person, everyone.
Border chart.
Yeah, the southern border chart. No, I've not looked at the chart, but I've looked at like
No.
what people associate with the southern border. What's wrong in your eyes?
Okay. So when Trump was in office, that is those are the years that it was at the lowest, correct?
Can you give me a source for that?
Not right now. I don't have one pulled up, but you can just look it up. But Biden, he's more focused on wanting to be a war president and trying to help Ukraine and Israel, which I agree with some of that. The fact is, the border is still open right now on the southern border, and there is thousands
So
of people.
there's
coming
not
across
like an
every day.
open border, but there are people that are coming into the country through the legal asylum process.
Some of that's correct, but people are also coming to the border and they're just letting them across. That's also the truth as well. And the migrants that are
Wait,
coming
sorry,
across.
what was true? Can you say that again? I'm sorry,
Do
because
what?
people in the comment section just can't do math for a second. Like, it's like
Yeah,
really weird.
they're pretty dumb. But anyways,
No, I just think that people aren't thinking about the fact that it's December.
yeah. But I mean, don't get me wrong. Biden has done some good things. But I disagree with most of his.
You said people are
things.
allowed to illegally cross the border. Is that what you said?
Not necessarily, no.
No. Okay. So then, what was your point?
So, migrants that are coming across, right? They're being held, and eventually, they're able to come into our country, and they're putting those migrants on a bus. Correct? That's what
You're
they've been
talking
doing.
people who are coming through the legal asylum process.
Yes, they're putting them on a bus and shipping them to certain states in America.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense under under any notion to like send people to like the biggest cities where the cost of living's the highest and it's the hardest to find a lot of stuff. But yeah, typically speaking, we could have a better process for this, but they do not currently do so for like the big cities, and they're trying to make like this big deal about it on the internet and stuff about how everything's functioning in terms of immigration. They do this every single time there's a Democrat in office. Haven't you noticed that?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah,
I
because like
agree
a lot
with
of
you on
these
that
same
point.
issues and a lot of these same things happen under Republican administrations. It's just it's the media on the Republican side like hyper fixating on issues like that, and then people are responding to it, and it creates more conversation about it.
I would say there's a lot of things that the media haven't shown on Republican, and that's because most of the media crews are a part of the Democratic Party.
Give me a particular thing.
Say again?
What particular thing?
I would say about the Biden administration on the Can you still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my phone lagged out. It said the live paused. Anyways, so the Biden, I want to say the media doesn't show most of the true facts they've been hiding.
Like what?
On the debt that has overcome their
The debt? No, they bring.
at the highest state right now.
What particular place lied about the debt?
What particular place?
Yeah,
There's CNN.
CNN when they lie about the debt. Give me a source. Give me an article, someone. I can't hear you on your pause, by the way.
Do what?
Just give me a title. I'll look for it. I'll look at it.
Let me look for it real quick.
I'll get us some elevator music. Don't worry, I got you. I got you, chat. Let me get some elevator music, chat. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to think of elevator music in my own head. Okay. Elevator music. Let's. Oh, shh. Fuck. Give it a second, everyone. 1 second. Shit. In the meantime, everyone tap that screen. Let's try to get to 250,000 likes. If you want to help get it out to more people, share the live, copy link, send it to a few friends. Also, everyone, if you like my content, follow me if you're ready. If you do want to support me, Venmo and Cash App's in the bio, everyone.
All right, so I got a question for you.
Okay, what's the question?
So, do you agree with Biden working with the Chinese companies?
What Chinese companies?
It's
You know what? I like this so much better. Honestly, I'm gonna start doing this Snapchat. Yeah, what kind of elevator music is this? This low-key slaps. Stop, chat, please. Someone, please. I was gonna make fun of that. Please. All right, everyone, keep tapping that screen. Yeah, like, why don't they play elevator music like this anymore?
okay, so I can't find the exact name, but pretty much they're doing business with a big Chinese company, which is a energy source.
Yep, I have no clue what company you're talking about. It seems like neither does Google.
Do what?
Seems like neither does Google.
No, that was on a podcast with
Yeah, but Google doesn't know what you're talking about either.
Google doesn't know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's correct. I'm sure.
Okay.
But so who would you vote for right now in the next 2024 election? Would that be Trump or Biden?
Biden.
Biden?
Yep.
And why do you choose Biden over Trump?
Let's just think about this for a second, right? What is this picture?
That is his mugshot.
Yeah. Has that ever happened in American history?
Not necessarily.
Number one, I promise number one. Number one in indictments, number one in the amount of mugshots by president. He's also number one in claiming lies about the election, right? Multiple years after the election. He's setting unprecedented records for presidents. You know, honestly, I think he's an unprecedented president. You know, he's setting records left and right. The amount of lies, right? He's setting records left and right in terms of denying the elections, right? No president in history has denied elections this much as Donald Trump. Right? We're talking years after, right? Saying that there's sufficient evidence indicate that there was election fraud, even when Trump appointed judges are not voting in his behavior. Voting in his favor. So. That's tough. Yeah, he's number one. You know.
I would say you're a little bit incorrect on that.
Shade, thank you so much. What am I incorrect on?
I believe that Biden, the Biden committee and their party, they lied about the election and they rigged it. That's what I believe.
So you do believe it was rigged? What sufficient evidence do you have of this?
What evidence do I have of this? There's multiple facts on Biden. and that was proved in.
No. You said the election is stolen, right? I'm asking you what court case indicates that to be true.
What court case?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That was a while ago when I read it. I'm not 100% on that.
Do you want to go look for it?
Do I want to go look for it?
Yeah.
I can if you want me to.
All right, go for it. Can I get a trustmebro.org in the chat, please, chat? Tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes. If you want to help get out to more people, share the live, copy link, send it to a few friends. If you do like my content, everyone, Venmo and Cash App in the bio, everyone. I get 100% of the proceeds there. I did just want an excuse to play the elevator music. Let's play some different elevator music. Appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much. This is what we do. In the meantime, everyone in the live, welcome to my live, everyone. I should make this an introduction to my live. Thank you for the fireworks. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for the boo as well. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I can hear the chair squeaking. Great. I honestly hope you do. I hope you do. Let's give him a second to find the sources, everyone. Oh yeah, wait, Jeopardy theme? People are asking for that. Okay. You know, we will grant them wishes. Angel, thank you so much for the galaxy. Let's go. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Keep tapping that screen, everyone. Let's run this shit up, everyone. We'll give him a second to find the source, everyone. When you ask for a source about the election, appreciate the galaxy. Thank you so much. Appreciate the boo. Thank you so much. Angel, thank you so much for the fireworks. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Wait, we're looking for that court case, chat. Oh, did you get it? Oh, he left. Oh, shit. Dude, why'd he leave? Wait, does anyone remember his name? Yo, why'd you leave, bro? Why'd you leave? Dulce, thank you so much for the $20 Venmo. Thank you so much, W Dulce, in the comment section, everyone. Does anyone remember the name? Yo, he literally, dude, why'd he leave? Why'd he leave? Could he not find it? Is that why? Yeah, dude. Please. Jonathan, send a guest request, bro. Come on. No way. Bling, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to go to the next person, everyone. We're going to go to the next person. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 26.
For sure. Do you support Trump?
Oh, yeah.
Why so?
He's the only president that's tough on crime.
What do you mean by tough on crime?
Yeah, so at his recent statement, he said he wanted to make it so you could like shoot not protesters, the looters, in the smash and grabbers that you see like all across all the cities.
The Cauldron, thank you so much. You're saying that you can shoot them just like the average person?
No, the shop owners.
Appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much, Heather. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so if I like own a shop and like 20 people rush in and try to steal all my products, I can just shoot them.
Even if it's like candy bars.
I don't like. Yeah, if they're violent. they're trying to harm you.
Okay, yeah, if they're trying to harm you, you can do that with self-defense.
No, you can't.
What?
You think you can like shoot someone in self-defense in New York City?
Yeah, why can't you engage in self-defense? That wouldn't make any sense.
There's firearm regulations in these liberal cities.
Yeah, and you can still engage in self-defense.
You have a duty to retreat.
Yeah, if you can't retreat, you have nowhere to go. What the fuck are you going to do? You defend yourself.
Well, yeah, for sure. But there's like, Trump wants to make it so like, instead of like protecting the criminal in that stance, you would protect the shop owner. And like, okay, this guy was committing a criminal break-in or
okay, so we want to do things that don't protect criminals and instead protect people, right? So shouldn't we get rid of Trump's ability to withhold evidence from the courts?
Wait,
yeah. Trump shouldn't be withholding any evidence, right? Because we're doing what's best for the people, not what's best for the criminal, right?
What particular evidence?
I'm just saying, like in any court case, right? He would just have to give up any documents, right?
Well, he's the president.
Yeah, no, he would have to give up any documents right away, right?
Well,
because we want what's best for the people, not what's best for the criminal.
Well, I don't. There's a difference than like some like degenerate third worlder like breaking into a store and like stealing all the loot from the store.
Well, why not Trump as the degen? Trump's degen. You can't.
Well, that was
say
the 45th president of the United States. What are you talking about? So it's one of the highest like respected.
You can still be
offices
degen. You can still be degen.
Okay, name what were all the other degenerate presidents? Like Barack Obama when he threw his feet up on the desk. That was pretty degenerate.
I'm getting degeneracy vibes from like most U.S. presidents though.
All the white ones, not Obama though, right?
Well, I mean, I would get degeneracy vibes from Obama as well. Probably just not as much as other candidates throughout history.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. I don't know. Me as an American, I think we should at least try to respect the president. Like I get like you can criticize him and stuff, but it's like to say that like they're a dirty criminal. Like I don't know. Like we should probably have some proof, right?
Okay. So yeah, you should. So again, in order for us to gain that proof, you agree that it should be the case that we should be able to surpass anything, that could be used as evidence, right?
No, you have to
he's a
legally
suspected
obtain
criminal.
that evidence. People have just because like you
have to legally obtain. Okay, so how about we kept the law? Okay, so then why didn't we keep the law the way it was? Because that was how the law was. Then wasn't that your view?
What
or
law
are you
did Trump
arguing
change?
the law should be different?
What law did Trump change?
You're arguing that Trump wants to change the law, right?
Yeah, he wants to protect the shop owners for sure.
Yeah, so he wants to change the law, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of when it comes to firearms restrictions. There's a lot of stuff that comes into that. Yeah, we want to change the regulations, policies, the attitudes around crime, stuff like that.
Yeah. Wait, actually, I have a question. Are you watching news?
Football.
Okay.
Mute it. Let me mute it for you. Why?
No, I was just gonna ask. I was gonna ask you what channel it was.
Oh, I'm not a big fan of the American media. It kind of sucks. If you want to watch media right now, you guys should watch Al Jazeera News Network. They got some good stuff.
Of course, yeah. Wait, so are you like a QAnoner?
Why, of course. What was that?
Are you a QAnoner?
Wait, you think QAnon uses Al Jazeera?
No, I'm just asking you if you are. No. I'm getting those types of vibes from your voice. Like I don't know, like how like ominous you're trying to make your voice sound right now is pretty like, it's like Q-esque.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, Q I think is a government psyop.
Yeah,
I think
Q's
a government psyop.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like the way that you're just like portraying your voice makes me just gives me like right-wing vibes, like all right-wing vibes, you know?
Kind of like when the article says like it's a right nationalist vibe when they go to the gym. And, it's a white nationalist grill outside and they hang.
I'm just asking you why you talk like you're the Joker.
Oh, the Joker. I love Keith. Oh, who's that? Well, I guess I don't love him because I don't know his freaking name. But The Dark Knight. That was an amazing movie. Who was that?
Yeah. Why do you talk like? Why do you talk like you're against the whole world? Like everyone's against you.
I love everyone.
I appreciate the hand hard. Thank you.
I don't know. I don't know. Your chat's funny. Is it Keith? No, it's Heath. Yeah, Heath Ledger, 100%.
Yeah, Heath Ledger. Yeah.
Don't mock his voice. That's so low. Yeah. What if you're like mock? That's like what? That's a trait that I can't change. That'd be like me mocking a fat woman. Like that'd be terrible, right?
No, come on. The way that you're portraying your voice, right, is absolutely like you're trying to sound like ominous. Okay, there's no way you actually like always talk like that.
That's not what I was going for. I think my mic was a little close to my mouth.
Yeah, maybe it was that. Maybe it was just like it was so close to the mic. Like, you know what I mean?
I think that's what it was. Hey.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, so do you think the presidency is currently owned by this man?
Dude, no, that's not me. I think that's a government psyop to kind of.
Do you think he stole the election, or like he got the election stolen from him?
I mean, it's not like I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't have like any proof of that. You know?
So you have no. So you think that it's most likely that he did not get the election stolen from him?
Most likely. I mean, they did change the rules, and like the whole ballot harvesting thing is real and legitimate. You know?
So do you believe it's stolen? Yes or no?
Do I believe? I mean, it doesn't matter. I believe. Yeah, I do believe that.
You do believe it was stolen? Okay, so appreciate that, Mustache. Thank you so much. What evidence do you have of that? None?
Well, he got more votes than Obama.
Okay, so does Biden. But Biden also got more votes than Trump.
What I was talking about. I don't believe that Biden could get more votes than Obama with zero campaign.
No, that's how much people hate Trump. That is unironically, that is the reason. Like, I didn't vote for Biden because Biden is like a great candidate. I don't like Trump. Yeah.
Well, my whole thing was I just think they were harvesting ballots. They put the ballot boxes out in the middle of nowhere. Like, they're empty. No one's guarding them, open all hours of the night. You could obviously go around all the old people. They were harvesting ballots. It was legal to harvest ballots.
So what do you mean? What do you mean by ballot harvesting?
Yeah, so I can go around to all the old folks' homes. I'm allowed to have in possession thousands of ballots. Why is that? I should only be allowed to have one ballot, right?
Yeah, so you know that existed during 2016 as well, right?
Well, yeah, but there wasn't COVID.
Oh.
There wasn't home.
Wait,
Parker.
Parker,
do you understand?
Did Trump steal the election with ballot harvesting? Oh my God, did Trump steal the election?
Parker, the problem is with that comparison is that I believe like only, you see, I'm not an expert on the 2020 election or anything, but I think it was only 11%.
Did he steal the election? Did he steal it in 2016?
Well, I don't know. Like, I get you're like playing in the chat and stuff, and like this is cool. Like, you make a bunch of money, but like,
Dude, no response to any of my arguments. You make a bunch of money. Like, is that your way of not responding to anything I'm saying?
Wait, do you think I'm coming up here and trying to like debate the fact that the election was stolen when I literally
yes, because you're on a debate platform. I don't know. You go on a debate platform not to debate.
Parker,
makes
run the
so
clip.
much more sense to me.
Okay, I mean, I don't know if you record these, but you were like, you asked me if I was in QAnon. I said no, and then you said, "Do you believe the election is stolen?" I said, "Well, yeah, I probably do believe that, but my belief doesn't matter."
You came on a debate platform, and I'm asking you about your position to debate you. My bad. Fuck.
No,
let me not try to debate you on a debate platform, please.
No, I want to talk about Trump. Yeah, no, I believe I'm an election.
This is about
denier.
Trump. You thinking that Trump won the election is relevant to the idea of whether or not you support Trump? Come on.
Yeah, I'm an election denier next. So is the speaker.
So again, I'm asking why you deny the election.
Yeah, the same position.
No justification.
I have the same position of the Speaker of the House. They changed the laws in Pennsylvania. Ballot harvesting was rampant, and that's the
So ballot harvesting that also existed in 2016.
Yeah, there was only like 11% of the votes.
So what was the difference in votes between the ballot harvesting in 2016 versus 2020?
Oh yeah, so if you took out all the ballot harvesting in 2020, Trump would have won, right?
Okay, so do you have evidence of that? Can you send that to me?
Yeah, for sure. So you can just look up the day one election results, and none of those were the harvested ballots because that was the date that.
No, that's actually hold up. Harvested? No, actually, by the way, appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. You're not taking into account the fact that there were also other types of mail-in ballots that were not through harvesting. Right?
Yeah,
that's what you're not taking into account. That's actually was a majority of the votes that we'd reference.
Yeah, but mail-in votes. So
let me ask you the question: did they harvest over 7 million votes?
Harvest? So I don't know how many mail-in votes there were, honestly, and how
Like
many ballots were collected.
fraudulently.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm not an election expert. I came up here to talk about Trump's policies.
Okay, so but you believe that the election's stolen. Okay, if you
Like,
want to
I wouldn't-
appeal to
like,
the
it's not
experts, how come none of the experts indicated that within the courts?
Oh, because they didn't have standing.
Yeah, they had no evidence? There's no standing?
Wait, do you know what standing is?
What do you mean by standing? Standing might mean evidence, it might mean justification. What do you mean by standing?
And it doesn't. Oh, yeah, so it's a legal term that so when you
That relates to what?
It relates to the individual that's seeking the suit.
Yeah, and what about it?
Yeah, so the courts.
You just told me what it relates to, not what it does.
What it does? Oh, so standing would be like if the eligibility of the person who's seeking the suit, if they are allowed to move forward with that through the courts. They said no, you do not have standing in this case. Like such.
And why? What does it mean that they don't have standing? It means that they don't have evidence. They don't have sufficient basis.
No. That's not what it means. That would be examination. So the standing, you're working backwards. So in the court.
So you think that they did have sufficient evidence? They just weren't allowed to go into the courts because.
Well, no, I don't know.
System.
I don't know. I don't know because they didn't. They didn't go. There was no standing, so It didn't play out. The Supreme Court didn't. We didn't get to hear these cases that we would have all loved to see. Right. I'm not like I don't know. Like these are just my feelings. Right. These are my feelings. Like. You believe a man can be a woman, right?
So in law, standing or locus.
You believe a man could be a woman.
So
right? Why can't I believe that?
No, that's not my view.
Why can't I believe
that's not my view. That's not my view at all. That's not my view at all. So trans men are men and trans women are women. That does not mean men can be women and women can be men. That's not the view at all. What you're doing is you're actually misrepresenting the view, and you're engaging in. Stop talking. You're engaging in what's called an equivocation fallacy to try to make it seem like the view is worse than it is. You're equivocating between your notion of the term man and my notion of the term man to be able to make that point. But legally speaking, in law, standing is a condition that a party seeking a legal remedy must show they have by demonstrating to the court sufficient connection to and harm from the law or action challenged to support that party's participation in the case. So it does relate to the idea of justification. Okay. So they didn't have justification and they didn't get accepted in the court process because they didn't have justification. And what you tried to do is you tried to act like it didn't relate to justification when it clearly fucking did. Okay. You have no clue what you're talking about and you were trying to make it seem like I didn't understand standing under a legal notion when you can look it up and it literally supports the same thing I would just explain to you.
Yeah. So when you're talking about evidence, that would happen under the discovery process, right?
Listen to what I just said, right? In law, standing is a condition that a party seeking a legal remedy must show they have by demonstrating to the court sufficient connection to and harm from the law or action challenged to support that party's participation in the case.
I gave you like the whole like trustmebro.com definition where I said the person seeking the suit has to go after, like that's where they're seeing if you're eligible to sue. Like I said
justification. I said like they have to provide evidence, which is exactly what that is.
Yeah.
Sufficient connection. Is that not exactly what that's relating to? That's literally exactly what they're mentioning. Okay.
So it's different when it comes into like he could have had all
Thank you. So in this case, you're telling me that when they didn't have standing, they did not have, right, the ability to demonstrate to the court a sufficient connection that violates like the law, right, or harm from the law or action challenged to support the party's participation in the case.
You see, that's where you're missing. It's not that they didn't have sufficient evidence that the law was violated. They didn't have sufficient. They couldn't draw a connection between the plaintiff and the person seeking, or the guy, Trump and the state. Like they said, you didn't have standing, but he was the 45th president. So that's where I would disagree with the courts. I'm just disagreeing with the courts in that one.
Yeah,
I believe he did have standing because he was the president, right?
Yeah, so for example, if you look up what is an example of legal standing, a person suffering injuries in a car accident caused by the other driver's negligence. So that would be proved, right? Appreciate the orange. Thank you so much. That's the notion, is that there would be reason to consider that they violated the law.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to like look into this, there's a lot of discussion on this. I'm not a lawyer, you're not a lawyer, so like I don't know. Let's talk about like Trump and his policies. I'm not want to talk about like this court case that like I have a feeling that the election was stolen. Can I prove it? No. Do I have any facts to say? No. That's
So if you don't have facts to justify that the election was stolen, why do you believe that shit? Why do you believe that bullshit, dude? Like this is what's wrong with our society. You believe in bullshit you have no reason to believe at all.
What do you mean?
You're literally believing in bullshit claims that fucking Trump made because he's baby raging about the election.
Wait, I think there's a lot more evidence that the election was stolen than a man could be a woman, right? Like a 5-year-old boy can be a woman.
I like how he literally equivocates again after I explained to you that it's wrong, right? And also you didn't use anything to justify your own point, right? So the major deflection 1, 2, you're just engaging on an equivocation fallacy again.
Equivocation fallacy?
Yes, you're trying to say that your notion, your definition of the term man is the same as my definition of the term man. When I say man, I mean an adult human person that is committed towards the social and cultural norms that are typically associated with the male sex. Right? What you mean is that someone is biologically male, right, and they're an adult. That's what you mean.
Yeah, well, I live in a society that like man means man. You can live in wherever hell you live.
Yeah,
and, like,
my society, man still means man. Right?
Wait,
you think A still equals A.
Okay, so would it be homosexual to give fellatio to a
gay?
Would it be homosexual to give fellatio to a man's phallus or a woman's phallus, sorry?
So like if you're relating to sexuality, right, I don't base it on necessarily like what's considered sex, the biological sex or the gender. I base it on the genitalia and the social and cultural norms, right? That in which one presents in accordance with, right? So those would be the things that I would reference when it relates to sexuality, right? Because if we relate to like say individuals that are intersex, right? There's going to be an individual that's female, right, biologically female under your view, that you would say that you would not think that it's like if they have multiple sets of genitalia, that it would be considerably like gay for you to engage with that person, given the fact that they have some set of like genitalia, right? That would be considered male.
I just wanted you to come up here and say that yes, you can 100% be a straight individual and give fellatio to a phallus as long as the person can.
If you're talking like a male member, no, right? Because that would be the case that like I would associate, right, like male, right, with male genitalia, right, to be like in terms of gay. That would be like the association, right? It's the genitalia that you'd be in association with, and then also like the different social and cultural norms.
But
that
it's on
you'd
a
be attracted
beautiful
to.
woman. But what if it's a beautiful woman's phallus?
Yeah, you understand the notion is true, even if we're talking about someone that has a genetic basis for their sex.
Okay,
right? Because it is the case that they have
that's
genitalia that you would perceive, right, to be in accordance with like what's typically considered with the other sex.
Yeah, I just think that's absurd. Okay, all right.
I don't see how anything I just said was absurd.
Really? So you think?
And also, you completely changed the topic to not engage with anything I've said.
No, you're the master at changing the topics because I came in here to talk about.
I literally was talking about Trump, and you changed the topic.
No. So I was talking about Trump. You talked about me being the Joker. You talked about my voice. Then you asked if I was in Q. And then you go, well, he's not in Q. And then he goes, what are your thoughts on the election? I go, well, I don't believe on the election.
Yeah, that's all related to Trump.
Yeah, and then you turn into a prosecutor. And when I go, well, I don't have any facts on this. This is just my belief. So I don't know why it's relevant. And then you go, no, tell me.
Oh my God. He just can't get questioned. His beliefs can't be questioned. Please don't question my beliefs. Just accept them. Trust me, bro. Please just accept my beliefs whenever I say them. Please, man. Please. Dude, don't question them. Just please accept them. I want everyone just to live their life in accordance with what my values are and what I care about without giving any reason, without giving any evidence. Just believe me, based upon faith.
Oh, jeez. You okay there? Yeah. So I gave you plenty of reasons why you didn't like the reasons. Sure. If you don't agree with them, that's fine. Plenty of people disagree all the time. But I want to talk about Trump, his policies, and why like he'd be a good president.
Okay, give me a policy that you support.
Yeah, I love his immigration policy when he says he wants to like round up the illegal immigrants and do the largest deportation campaign America has ever seen. Like that's like awesome.
Yeah. So then why does he use labor that's associated with undocumented immigrants? Why did he literally employ undocumented people? So he doesn't like immigration now. That's undocumented, but he for sure liked it when he was paying them.
Well, because he's a businessman, right? Let me ask you this: would you rather pay
Dude,
someone?
I just can't. I can't do this. I can't do it. No, I would not. I would not. I would not pay someone such a little wage. That is ridiculous. That is fucking insane, dude.
So, like all billionaires, just you hate them all.
Yeah, if you treat people like that, yeah, I do not like you.
Well, yeah, I can see that, but like if you want to be like Donald Trump and have your name
There are
on
people
buildings,
literally
like,
starving. There are people that don't have access to anything, right? I appreciate the ICU. Thank you so much. If you're a billionaire, you have the resources to be able to extend that to so many people. You have the basis to be able to extend that to other people, and it's not going to affect your life in any way. Zero. None at all. Okay? You're going to have the greatest fucking life possible while still being able to maintain the fact that other people around the world have food in their belly.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Right? That have some health care. Right?
I mean, I'm not here to but like
basic amenities.
Trump. I mean, there's plenty of. I think when it comes to the workers' market, though, like it's not slavery, right? Anyone can accept to work, or you can be like, no, that's
no.
Not
So you just want to acknowledge that like he's okay with undocumented immigration whenever it benefits him.
Yeah, sure.
yeah. So he's only against it now because he wants to rile up his base. He was okay with it when he was literally paying them. If he was against all forms of undocumented immigration, why wouldn't he have just literally said that, oh, these people are undocumented, right?
Maybe
and
that's
went
what
to the authorities.
The constituents want it. That's what the constituents want.
So again, he's not even telling you the truth. He's just appealing to what your own values are.
Wait, shouldn't that you don't think a leader like doing exactly what the constituents wants, one of the biggest issues they see in the MAGA Republican
not against their own values.
Wait,
you shouldn't go against your own values.
I don't think it's Donald Trump's values to have like a borderless nation. Can you like have anything to point to that, or is it just
no? His values showed that he had nothing wrong with undocumented immigration. If he had values against undocumented immigration, well, then he would have gone to the authorities when he saw people that were undocumented in the country. But what did he do instead? He fucking employed them.
Wait, do you actually think like so? I'm like staunchly against the whole illegal immigration. Do you honestly think like what I should be doing is like if I see an illegal immigrant, like I know one who works at the pizza shop by me, like do you think I should call ICE on him? Like that's what I should do?
That's literally what your worldview. Yeah, that's you. If you have such an issue with it, why wouldn't you?
Okay, because I want to stop the problem. I don't want to punish the individual. I want to stop.
Oh, okay. So then, if you want to stop the problem, how about we go to the cause? Why are people coming to the country undocumented? Well, because it takes so long to get into the country. So how about we fix the immigration system, make it faster for people to come into the country?
Yeah, that's one argument. Whatever you want to do, you have to fix something. You just can't like sit here and complain that Trump may have hired some guy to cut. What position are you talking about in particular?
Wait, for what? Are you talking about in terms of different things that he hired?
Yeah, so you're using.
I don't know the position on the top of my head, but I know
like evidence of him hiring some undocumented guy or an illegal immigrant as like an excuse for why we can't have borders or a nation anymore. And
no, that's not what I'm saying at all. No, you're just making this big issue that we should have some mass. Right, like instead of fixing the cause of the issue as to why people are coming here undocumented,
you got to get them out of here.
Instead, you literally want to make some big deal about like increasing how much we give ICE, right, to be able to send mass deport people like across. Even though like under his own notions, he literally happily employed undocumented workers.
Yeah, so I don't think for me, it's not like access to employees. Like I'm not trying to have I'm not like, let's flood our country with all these third world migrants because then I can hire them for $4 an hour. Like I just completely reject that idea. Like I think that's wrong. That's not why I want to ban and chalk up this immigration stuff.
So wait, what's wrong with immigration then? Can you let me know? Like, do you have any issues with legal immigration, making it faster?
Yeah, I think we just have too many. I think we have to focus on America first.
What do you mean we have too many immigrants?
Yeah, so typically a lot of the immigrants that come here, they come from like third world nations, war-torn areas, and particularly they're not very friendly to the native population. Like
so you're what do you mean by third world? Can you explain that? Can you be very clear with what you're referring to there? This is exactly why I say that you give like an all right vibe. Like you're using particular language. Right, it would be native, particular language like third world, right?
Yeah, so that would be relating to the GDP, right?
Yeah. So what are you trying to reference?
So mostly about like the conditions and the pretty much the environment of the places they're coming from. I think that matters.
Yeah. And so what's wrong? What's wrong with the fact that actually, you know that first of all, undocumented immigrants are less likely to commit crimes than natural-born U.S. citizens. One, two, and it relates to like immigrants in general, right? I appreciate the IC. Thank you so much. Right.
That's not my thing either. So it's not so much the crime.
So then what is it?
Like if you look across Europe, if you look at the college campuses now, a lot of these immigrants are now rallying for what a lot of people perceive as terrorism. I think
What's where?
You're not paying attention to anything? You ever heard of Harvard, Bill Ackman, Stop Anti-Semitism docs truck? This is like big news.
Yeah, who's arguing for terrorism?
Oh yeah, so you can look at like plenty of student organized groups across all these campuses. This is a big talking point for all the Republicans. All across Europe even too. I mean,
and doing what? You didn't even clarify yet. Doing what?
I mean, these Palestinian rallies that are allegedly supporting terrorists.
Oh, so who's supporting the terrorists?
It would be the protesters.
Yeah, you know, most people are not who are saying free Palestine are not supporting Hamas, right? And also, by the way, by the same definition that you say that Hamas is terrorist, like in terms of the organization, you can say that the Israeli government also meets that definition. You know that, right?
100%. I'm pro-Palestinian.
Okay.
I support the Palestinian people in this exchange 100%. But I do think it is a problem that third worlders will come here and advocate for violence. I think that's wrong.
So again, this isn't people who are, you'd have to say that specifically here, that you can justify that people who are coming from third world countries who are immigrating are making these arguments. And rather, it's not just people who are in the United States already. So can you give me any evidence to indicate that to be true?
So you can look at the European, I forgot what country this was. What country was this? They're trying to, I think it's in London, where if they catch you going to a Palestinian rally and you're an immigrant, they're just going to deport you. Just like that.
Where?
This is all across Europe.
You'd have to send me a source on that. Give me a single source.
European Palestinian rally deportation. You'll get 10 articles. Come on.
European what?
Europe, Palestinian rally deportation. Terrorism.
And rally deportation.
Yeah, they're trying to do it under sort of weird guise of terrorism.
Pro-Palestinian rallies in the UK, Europe call for peace in Gaza.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, well, he's muted now, everyone, so give him a second to find whatever he's going to find real quick. Do we play the elevator music again? In the meantime, everyone, tap that screen. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes. If you want to help get out to more people, share the live, copy link, send it to a few friends. Let's try to get to 1,000 shares, everyone. Again, if you like my content, follow me if you're not already. I go live literally every single day. If you want to support me, Venmo and Cash App in the bio, everyone. And yeah, we're absolutely calling that out, Sydney. I got you. Venmo and Cash App in the bio, everyone. Dun, 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 dun. Parker, what? I just joined. He's finding a source. Oh, we're back.
Yeah. So there hasn't been any deportations yet because this is only like 21 days old or whatever. But well, the Israel-Palestine. This is in regards to the Israel-Palestine. It's only 21 days old. You think you could deport? The government can't do anything in 21 days. They're not going to deport. Well,
You're gonna find so many sources. I probably just look it up. You're gonna find like 10 sources. I promise you. Trust me, bro.
Regardless, this has been parroted by Donald Trump. Like, if you look at Harry's video, he's throwing a complete fit at Donald Trump for. He's literally saying the same.
Wait. I have a question. Do you think Harry's paid by the DNC?
Well, no. Sarah proved that. Sarah Fields on Twitter completely proved that.
Tom, thank you so much for the Cash App. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
so Harry is paid by the DNC.
Yeah, Sarah Fields on Twitter proved it.
Really? Where'd you figure this out?
The investigative journalist Sarah Fields, I believe her name is.
Are you just referencing the money with Palette Media? That doesn't
No,
prove it at all.
no, I'm talking about Sarah Fields and her.
You know that Harry would actually, he'd be literally fined or go to jail right now if that was true. If that was actually proved, he would literally get held accountable.
But you think those the SEC documents, was that Photoshop, like fudged up, you think?
I don't know which ones you're referencing. No, because what I would say is that if it's true, then he has to actually like go on the internet and say, I'm getting paid by this company for this particular reason when he posts videos, else they will literally get like the entire account taken down and like there'll be fraud charges, other stuff.
Oh yeah. I don't.
There are actually like lawsuits that are associated with stuff like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think that like they're dumb enough to take DNC money, go to Harry Sisson and say, "Here, Mr. Sisson, please push our propaganda on behalf." I believe there's obviously fancy counting involved. They do through shell companies, Palette Media. They hire these left wing creators, and they say, obviously if Harry turned around and he started pushing Hamas,
they hire left wing creators. Okay, so what are the left wing creators they hiring?
Well, they have Harry and Chris. I don't know. I'm not a Palette Media expert. Sarah Fields.
Harry and Chris. Yeah. So Harry and Chris are the only two. Why specifically Harry and Chris? Please let me know.
Well, so they were just the ones that were in the expose.
So how come they never went to any other people? Because I would know them. I would literally know people that they've interacted with.
Who's they?
Apparently the DNC, right?
I don't think they might not be in direct contact with the DNC, but you could see Harry like rubbing elbows with Obama. Like, I don't get to rub elbows with Obama.
He literally went to go see. Yeah, he went to go see Obama. Like Marianne Williamson came on my live.
Marianne Williamson's like some fringe candidate polling at like 1%. Like Obama is like
4 or 5%.
That's
like 11% in some polls.
I do think that's very big for you. Like, I do think it's cool that you brought.
No. The idea is that just because there was interaction between a presidential candidate or an ex-president and between a TikToker doesn't mean that like he's being paid by the DNC. If he was, right, there would be significantly more boosting to his account we would expect. And it would be the case that he'd be doing stuff a lot more consistently.
You don't think Harry's account is boosted?
No, I don't.
Wait, so he's got 1 million followers here, but on Twitter he constantly gets ratioed by like hundreds of accounts. Like, it's not even close.
I don't have any following on Twitter. I have 0 following. No one even knows my Twitter account.
Your YouTube video, I actually watched your Marianne Williamson. Your YouTube gets traction. Harry posts on YouTube. One of his biggest podcasts that he dropped, it got in like 8 hours. It was 98 views. There's obviously engagement.
So I've been doing YouTube for a while. Plus, I can tell people all the time as I do lives. So I have a lot more people that are like willing to engage with long form content like that. Whereas Harry has stuff that like relates to more short form content in terms of like videos and media stuff that he would relate to.
If I had millions of followers,
it's the difference in the type of person that watches me versus the type of person that watches Harry.
Well, here's the evidence that I would say that I have, and this is just my opinion. I don't have proof, but here's what raises my eyebrow. His Twitter account was created when he was 11 years old, or 8 years old, in 2011. 8. When I was 8, I did not go on Twitter. Okay, and his Twitter account has hundreds of thousands of followers. Hundreds of thousands. Okay. He posts on TikTok, millions of followers, amazing engagement. But when he posts on Twitter, 20 likes, 8 likes, 7 likes. Posts on TikTok, 10K views. Posts on Instagram, or posts on YouTube.
That's actually how like the social medias work. TikTok has For You page, has algorithms that make it easier to get your content out there. Twitter doesn't necessarily have that to the same degree.
Yeah, so I would just say it's the investigative journalist, Sarah Fields, I believe her name is. Sarah Fields, I don't know. She's got the red hair. She went on.
Yeah, okay. How come they haven't gone to any other people that I would know?
What do you mean, any other people?
Yeah.
Give me an example. I don't know who you're talking about. Like my neighbor. Why didn't they go to my neighbor?
No. People on TikTok. Because apparently they're going to Gen Zers on TikTok and they're paying them to spread quote unquote propaganda for the DNC.
No, I don't think you're paid.
Well, clearly, but like, do you think that there are people that I would know that would be, they would even go up to, not even just getting paid, they would go up to?
I don't know your friends, so I don't know. But like, if you're friends,
anyone on TikTok, anyone who has a larger platform on TikTok.
You definitely see that with the conservatives. There's a lot of conservatives who are getting groomed for a lot of stuff on here through like TPUSA. There's a lot of that going on.
So there's payments for TPUSA, and the only other thing
I
that
don't
I've
know what
seen
these
on
people
the
are
app,
getting
the only other thing I've seen on the app is people who are like pro-Israel paying money, or there's like I think
Yeah,
I
there's a
legitimately think
lot
there
of that
actually
going on,
is Israel state propaganda on the app. I do actually think that there is, but
100%. Look at YouTube. Watch any YouTube.
no, I saw
video.
some really weird photos and stuff, and there's also this one creator that came out and showed that he had like an email with people trying to send like him $500,000 to make sets of content for like
Yeah,
essentially
that was
pro-Israel
probably
propaganda.
real. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think they wouldn't. They're smarter than to send something like that to you, who would probably just blast it on your page. But
They did to someone else who has like a larger amount of followers than I do. I would blast it. I would blast some shit like that on my page, regardless of whether or not it's from the DMC, regardless any company that's doing some shit like that to like get me to change my position and stuff. I would blast that on my page.
Yeah, I honestly believe that if Israel or like the IDF contacted you and like gave you a big bag of money, well, it depends how big.
I wouldn't take money for some shit like that.
I'd take $6.
That would actually convince me even further to know that there's some even crazier shit going on there.
Yeah, so I mean, if Israel's doing it in the war, I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing it for the creators on here. There has been payments that have gone through. The trail of money is there. If you're denying that, like, follow the money.
I'm just saying there's some people, but like, again, we would have stuff like this come out for DNC stuff. I appreciate that, Mustache. Thank you so much. I would know people.
Well,
I appreciate that. I see. Thank you so much. And which this literally applies to. Like, the thing is, the only reason I'm referring to it within this context, and I'm even engaging with this so much, is because I actually have some sort of process to be able to confirm or disconfirm some of these claims, because I would know people, right? It would be expected if people like Harry are getting contacts like this, that I would know people that would get contacts, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Harry does seem like he's being groomed for something a lot bigger than TikTok, though. I know you have your nice little thing going here on TikTok with all your friends and stuff. You're making a killing. But I think Harry is definitely being groomed for something a little bit bigger than TikTok.
You think he's going to do politics?
No, I don't think he's going to be a politician. Absolutely. I don't think he's sharp enough. But I think it's more of a pundit type position. Like definitely he's going to do something a lot bigger than TikTok. I don't think he's going to do politics. No, he's not. He's really not sharp. All these videos are going to completely destroy any credibility. Way too much stuff out there. He's put way too much stuff out there. But a pundit position, I think that's what he's
pundit for what?
Probably one of these big, probably some billionaires backing that guy, I would imagine. Like, I don't know. That's all I have. Like, he's being groomed for something as a pundit.
Why do you keep using the term groomed?
Groomed as in, I mean, he's a young kid, and there's obviously, what I believe is there's something backing him, and he's being told there's a system being brought up, kind of like, grooming. That's what they...
Dude,
I'm not talking about like the whole, I know like conservatives and liberals turn the whole grooming is bad. Grooming is the worst thing ever. Like if I want to groom my kid into be the best quarterback ever, like I don't think that's bad.
No. You need to define grooming. What do you mean? Just teach? Do you mean
teaching and developing?
Teaching is not grooming. That is two fundamentally different things.
It gets more than teaching. It's putting them in certain places to learn, putting them in certain positions to be exposed to different things.
No, that's just like teaching. That's
tools.
just teaching. That's not grooming. That's not grooming.
So you don't think like Tiger Woods' dad like groomed Tiger to be the best golf player in the world? Like that's what I'm getting at. Like he didn't just teach him.
No.
Like so he just taught him.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a grooming. Okay. I guess that's just semantical, I guess. Me, I believe that like my friend was like groomed to be a quarterback from like birth. Like his dad like put him in like the best situations to learn to be like all these camps. He put him in like some people they're born with a purpose is what I'm saying. Like it was decided by someone else. They're groomed into it. It's semantical. It's not sexual. It's not transgender.
Yeah. So someone.
So
someone. I don't know. You're laughing at. So it's someone like Harry. You think that he's controlled, right? You think that he's being brought up in a way in which he's going to take some pundit position for some billionaire. And you got this from watching his TikTok videos.
Is Sarah on TikTok? I don't know. Is she a TikToker?
You got
What?
this opinion from watching his TikTok videos.
I watched his TikTok videos. I saw the payments going through on the SEC filings. I saw the expose done by Sarah. And you just see his constant flip-flopping on these positions.
One position, name one.
So at first, he was a staunch pro-Israel. And then I think Gen Z got their data, or the DNC got their data on Gen Z and the millennials. And they're like, I don't think they're falling for this war propaganda. And then he started really pumping the brakes on that. And he goes, we need to help.
When did he say pro-Israel? Like pro-Israel government, not Israel people, Israeli people.
Well, he said like Joe Biden was doing like the best thing ever. Like when he went over there, I believe it was last Wednesday, and he like didn't even say anything about the Palestinians, didn't say anything about peace talks, didn't say anything about ceasefire. And then they started changing their tune once this whole talks of the ground invasion and a lot of the media started talking about all the horrors that they've been seeing. And they've really pumped their brakes on that a lot. And he's completely to a tune done the same thing. So I'm like, I'm
so
like,
that's not an ideological change.
When I see Biden,
you've demonstrated zero ideological change. To be honest with you, you're just telling me that he's like behind what Biden does, typically speaking, which is true for him. He already always has been like a super pro Biden person.
Well, yeah, I love Donald Trump, but I'm willing to criticize the guy, right? That guy will never, ever, ever criticize. Like Biden is like that guy's.
Yeah, he will. He will criticize. No, he'll criticize Biden. Come on. Yeah, wait, you'll criticize Trump, right?
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about him being held liable for SA?
Yeah, it was civil, laughable. I don't care.
Oh, laughable? What do you fucking mean that's laughable?
Laughable? That woman obviously wanted it.
What?
Eugene Carroll? Yeah.
Dude, what are you talking about, bro? That is disgusting. Yeah. What do you fucking mean, bro? It was literally proved in a fucking court, right? And you're gonna sit here and you're gonna say that like, dude, that's actually ridiculous. You're gonna sit here and say that she wanted it in a sexual assault scenario?
Let me tell you why. Who goes underwear?
Bro, no,
shopping?
what, dude? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like,
who goes underwear shopping with a billionaire?
Dude, I'm just honestly, chat. I'm not gonna engage with that. That's actually so gross. It's literally proved. It's literally proved in a court. Literally held at a preponderance of evidence. That's so disgusting. All right, we're gonna go to the next person. Holy shit. Yo, Candy, I appreciate the train. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. That's actually so fucking crazy. I appreciate the hand art. Thank you. I feel so uncomfortable after that. I actually like, dude, what the fuck do you mean, bro? Yo, thank you for that mustache. I appreciate it. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Okay, this person. We need to go to the next person. This person was echoing. That is so crazy, everyone. That is actually so wild. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? We're going to get some people up here real quick here. Only send a guest request if you disagree. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Please only do send a guest request if you disagree. We only got like 12 guest requests. Hello, thank you so much. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, I can't believe he said that either. That was so wild, chat. That was so wild. Dude, I don't know what's going on today, everyone. It's been a little bit slow today with the live and the algorithm, everyone. We're going to be on till like 5, 6 o'clock, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Okay, this person's not here. I don't... What's going on, chat? I'm so confused. All right. It's not accepting this person either. We're going to go to the next, everyone. Keep tapping that screen. Keep sharing the live, everyone. Okay, it's not... Yo, chat, I'm trying really hard. It's really not getting people up here. Like, today's just not the day for getting guests up. I'm so confused. Yo, what's up? How old are you? For sure. Do you support Trump? Why so? Okay. You couldn't hear him? Okay, that's tough. All right, we're going to go to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you disagree, everyone. Sounds far away because it was only coming out of my ears. Yo, what's up? Oh, okay. Chat, I don't know what's going on right now. I'm really trying to get people up here. It's been a little bit weird today, everyone. In the meantime, everyone, keep tapping that screen, keep sharing the live. If you do want to support me, Venmo and Cash App's in the bio, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? What is going on, chat? What is going on? Oh no. Mo. It's Mo again. Do you support Trump, Mo?
Brother,
Huh?
I show you my car. I have Joe and the whole got to go, brother. I support Trump all the way.
Okay, so why do you support Trump?
Mister, you know Trump is good for America. America first, brother. You know America come last with Mr. Joe Biden.
Okay, so again, why does America come last with Joe Biden?
Let me explain to you, brother. I am glad you asked. I have solution and I have answers, brother. Okay. Let me show you, my brother. You see, brother, this is Earth. This is America. Okay? America is for the people. You get Biden, crazy people. Oh, okay. Hello, single ladies.
Oh gosh, Mo, stop, please, please, Mo.
I am married, brother. I am married.
Well, then why are you saying that, man? Yo, Mo, not you. Actually, just like you, literally just exposed yourself. That's so disgusting.
Brother, no,
That
I
is
am
so
not
disgusting.
married. I'm not married. I'm sorry. I swear.
Okay, now
I'm
he's
not
lying.
married.
Now he's lying.
But you know, it sounded good, brother. It sounded good. Okay, I'm
No,
sorry.
it didn't, dude. Saying you're married and then you're also like saying, "Yo, what's up, single ladies?" Right? That's called cheating,
Well,
right?
no, brother, I'm not done. What's up, single ladies? What's up, married ladies? What's up, single gentlemen? You know, I was not done, brother.
Mo, please, please.
Okay.
Mo.
So
Can you?
let me tell you why I support Trump, brother. Okay, you know, when we had Trump, we not have war, brother. No war. You understand?
So actually, well, first of all, there was an assassination of a top military general in Iran.
Yes, brother.
There was
And what
also
needed to happen, brother?
an increase.
I know, brother.
There was
I
an
come
also,
from that country.
huh?
That had to happen, brother.
Why did that have to happen?
Because it's bad people, man. He needed to go.
Okay,
You
you're
know
trolling.
Osama
There's
bin
no way,
Laden?
right? Because that's actually like an act of of war, right? There's also like the increased rate of military drone
Brother,
strikes in the Middle
from my
East.
understanding, brother, we had intel. What's the man's name again? You know, Mr. Trump sent the missile. Boom! What's the name of the man?
Drone strikes?
No, the assassination on the man. What's his name?
General Soleimani?
Soleimani. Yes. Soleimani, not good. You understand? Soleimani.
Yeah, I'm not saying Soleimani's a good person, but what I am saying is that it's an act of war, that one that can actually cause military conflict between the United States and
brother.
Iran.
Me personally.
Or increase like military conflict in the region.
Me personally, okay, if we need to send missile to stop the bad people from, you know, we have good intel, brother. We had good intel on Soleimani. We had good intel. And we had to take him out first. Before he take us out, brother, we don't wait. You don't wait for someone to come into your house. You stop him outside, brother.
I'm confused what your point is. What? Can you go back over that?
Okay, next topic. You sound lost, Mr. Burger. I move fast, brother.
Do you think that Trump won the election?
I mean, Mr. Brother, I think if you know the suppression of information, if they no suppress Mr. Biden laptop, maybe Trump would have won election, brother.
So Trump didn't win.
Trump is not president.
Okay, so you disagree with Trump. So Trump claims the election was stolen from him, that he won. So you disagree with him?
You see how the election can be stolen, brother. If you stop the information about the opponent,
so the election was stolen.
No, brother.
Okay. So is it stolen? Yes or no?
Influenced. You know influence? and theft is different.
Okay, so you believe that it was influence. Every election is influence. What's the point?
Correct. But you can do illegal interference.
Interference. Okay, so again, how is it illegal?
So, brother, when they ban the Twitter post of the, I think the Wall Street or somebody.
So yeah, so Twitter, that was specifically, those were like different pictures of of Hunter Biden, literally like naked. Like nude.
Not all the pictures, brother. They say it's fake news. They say it's Russia. But it's true news, brother. They say it's not true. But now it come out as true.
What?
Parker, you look frustrated, brother.
Because I don't know what you're trying to say, bro. I'm gonna be totally real with you, man. I'm trying to keep up.
Brother, I have Alex Jones' brain.
You think like Alex Jones?
No. I have.
Okay,
Substance.
so Mo, it sounds like people think you're
Well, brother-
trolling, man. We're gonna go to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you disagree, everyone. People are saying on his account it's different. Okay. I don't know, everyone. Thank you for the boo. I appreciate. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
Yeah, I am 45.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Why so?
I know he's not perfect, so I will disagree with him in a lot of things. But if I have to pick him between him and a Democrat, yeah, I'll pick him.
Why
for
so?
sure. But for many things. One thing, for instance, is that the Democratic Party pretends to speak for all women and pretends to speak for immigrants. I'm an immigrant, and I think I have been very discriminated by Democrats, and I don't like their policies. I think
What
the
particular policies do you think discriminate against immigrants? And Amy Cook, thank you so much for the Venmo. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
When you try to suppress our thoughts and say you speak for us, you are discriminating because you are putting yourself on our voice. You should speak for yourself. Say, we speak for Democrats. That's it. Don't speak for women. Don't speak for immigrants. Don't speak for Hispanics. You don't represent all of our voices.
I'm not. What Democrats said that they represent every single voice?
All of them. I'm talking about the politicians. They do. That's their platform. Their platform is a platform of division. It's a neo-Marxist platform. They are pro-socialism as well. I dislike socialism. And because a lot of Hispanics, we have lived socialism. So we know their propaganda, and they are not for us. They are for their own pockets. They preach something, but they do something else.
Sure. So like, again, I don't see how that's representative of all Democrats saying that Democrats say they speak for everyone. Are you saying that they like say things are wrong or say things are right, like immigration? Like I can't, as an immigrant, I can't have an opinion on whether or not immigration is okay. As someone who's not an immigrant?
They say they are for immigrants when they are not. For instance, they promote illegal immigration. They don't care that a lot of immigrants come through the border risking their lives. A lot of are murdered. Women are raped. Children
by the way, hold
stolen.
up, stop. You have to say R word or essay. It's TikTok terms of service. 1, 2. Also, you're making assumptions that like Democrats don't care about all these different types of bad things happening. I don't see why you're referencing that they don't care about these things. That seems to be like an absurd assumption about this. Right. Secondly, like when I'm someone that you would probably associate on the left. I wouldn't consider myself a Democrat, but I would vote for Democrats over Republicans. So in that sense, would you say that this would apply to me? That I just don't care about these things?
No. I think people like you might care about it, but since you have not had family going through the border, you don't know. I think your source is CNN. Your source is the leftist media, the New York Times. Those type of things are your sources. Your sources are not people from your family crossing the border. That's not your source.
So my source isn't someone who's crossing the border, but my source isn't also the mainstream media notions. I would look at like the overall numbers that are demonstrated by like the Center for Immigration Studies. I would look at like the different numbers of the DEA. I could look at the different numbers like across the board when it relates to the immigration statistics from the federal government.
The statistic says that let's say in 2019, the immigrants that came to the U.S. were about 900,000 people, and in 2019. And 2021, it was 1.7 million. I live in New York City, and I heard you speak to the other guests about diminishing what he was saying about immigration. I live in New York City. I saw the immigration. I saw how even the Democrat mayor here, the black Democrat here in New York, even went to Ecuador last week to go and convince Ecuadorians not to come here because it's dangerous when you go through the border. He's doing that now. But you have not done that for years. You have not done that with Biden. You, with Biden, incited people to come. And I see here the difference. I see here a lot of more people on the streets begging for food.
Can I critique a few things? I appreciate
it's inhumane.
Thank you so much.
That's inhumane.
Yeah. So can I critique a few things? Where did you get the number of immigrants for 2020 or 2019? Where did you get that? Because I see for 2021 the total immigrant population increased
from USCIS
by 337,000 2019. CIS?
I got it from the Department of Homeland Security.
Department of Homeland Security. I don't see where those numbers are. I'll look up Department of Homeland Security. Department of Homeland Security, immigration statistics. All right. Yeah. So, what did you look up to find this? I'm actually really confused.
Yeah, the Homeland Security is the organism here in the government who knows which are the immigrants are coming in. So they have that number. I also saw a hearing in Congress where I think it was Ted Cruz talking to the current head of Homeland Security from Biden. He didn't dispute the numbers. He's not disputing that there was a race in immigrants. Okay, what you are claiming, the leftist side, is that they are trying to help the asylum seekers, which is not true.
That is actually asylum seekers. So those people who are coming, yeah, that's asylum seekers.
Okay, tell me what's asylum.
Asylum seeking is a process in which you come from a place in which has like a war-torn country, a war-torn economy, or something like that, and you go to the safest or stablest country that is near you, right? And then you seek asylum, which means that you would live in this particular country, right? Until you can like establish some sort of citizenship basis.
No, that's not asylum.
That is exactly what asylum is.
No, I have participated in asylum processes, unlike you. And asylum seekers are people that are really threatening their lives. And because they're trying to rescue their lives, they come to the next country and ask for a permit to stay. Okay. And but what the leftists do is that brainwash people that don't know law.
Wait. So how did I say anything wrong there? Can you name what I said that was wrong?
Because you mentioned economy. When you mention economy, then you're sticking the open borders for anybody that is poor.
Wait, what did I say about the economy?
That they come here because of you mentioned economic reasons. And economic reasons.
So it's going to be I actually said it's going to be a stable country.
Yeah. Okay. The asylum is when they are threatening your life. If it's not threatening your life, it's not asylum. Okay, and most people are not coming here because they are being threatened their lives. Most immigrants are coming here because they are poor.
Yeah, so I said places that are coming from like war-torn economies or situations in which is bad, right? Those could be threatening of life, right? that's the conditions that would be there for like asylum.
Exactly. And most people are not coming because their lives are being threatened. Most people are coming here because there's no opportunities in other countries. There's less jobs. Our countries are more poor. That's most of the people. So when the media says asylum seekers, they are lying. And that's why it's
how
disgusting.
Are they lying? Wait, what was lying? Again,
Because
how it is
most people
described,
are
that's
not
literally how
being-
people are coming into the country.
Okay, let me explain you legally. When they are saying, when the asylum says that the process of asylum says that you can apply if your life is threatened, means like somebody like put a gun on you, somebody's chasing after you to kill you. Okay, that normally happens, for example, when you run for a politician and then the other party wins. And if you're in a country, let's say like a socialist country, like, let's say Venezuela, where Maduro kills the opposition, then your life is at risk. Then you can come and apply for asylum here because your life is at risk. But no, most of the Venezuelans, that their life is not being threatened. Like, you can be poor, yes. But, and this is the lie from the media. Like, they have to make the difference between a person whose actual life is being threatened, you will die because somebody's going after your life, versus you lack opportunities. Because if you lack opportunities, then we should open the borders for all the countries. And don't call it asylum. Let's open the border for everyone.
So you can win asylum if at least one of the reasons someone harmed or may harm you is because of your race, religion, nationality, political opinion, or the fact that you're a part of a particular social group.
Exactly. And that doesn't happen to most people. I helped many immigrants.
Is that not happening to places? So again, so then they wouldn't be going through the legal process then, because it wouldn't meet the conditions.
I'll tell you.
But it is the case that most people
experience,
they are coming through the legal processes.
I'll tell you, in most cases, probably 1% of the cases is that your life is actually being threatened because of your religion or because all the reasons you place there, politics and whatnot.
Can you give me any source for that?
I worked on that, like you. I worked on that. And most people don't come for that. Most people come because
that's
we don't have enough jobs. Oh, yeah, you can go. If you're making the claim that is not the truth, then you should prove. What's the source?
No. I asked you for a source for your claim. If you don't want to provide a source for your claim, then it seems like your claim has no justification.
And likewise you, but unlike you, I have practiced this. And unlike you, I have worked with immigrants. Unlike you, that's the difference, and that's why it's annoying.
What claim did I make that was wrong?
Because you're assuming the opposite. You're following that all of these people are asylum seekers. That's not asylum seekers.
I said most of these people are asylum seekers because we actually have data that relates to that.
Okay. What's your source? CNN?
No, DHS. Right. Again, exactly what you actually sourced earlier. Because if you look at like the actual sourcing for this stuff, like they have like the asylum processing rule cohorts reports, right? And you can look at that along next to their immigration statistics. So it can literally indicate that to you. You can click on the report for the different types of months. That's one thing that we can do. Secondly, you can also look at like the different types of like annual number of legal permanent residents that are allowed to come into the country. We have higher rates of immigration in the past than we did have like now, right? So I don't see why that's the case. Also in like 2017, even, right, we had like higher rates of immigration than we did now. Right. So, or did in 2021. So I don't know what you're talking about within that respect.
I think that that's a lie. I think I think that's a lie. It's a lie because I know I have, from my experience, most people are not being threatened. Like, most people are coming here because we need jobs, because we lack the money. That's the main reason. Some people do come because their life is being threatened, especially in some countries, like El Salvador. That's one country. Venezuela, yes, that's one other country. Ecuador is another country, and it's not even updated the law for Ecuador. In Ecuador, the life is being threatened, and they don't have TPS like they should have, like Salvadorians have. So my experience comes from the truth, not from politics or like the statistics that Biden wants to show to
These
people.
aren't statistics that Biden wants to show. These are the legitimate statistics. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know
And
that
we've
most
been
of the
doing we've been doing over 1 million every single year since the 1990s.
And you know that that with Biden we did the most. You know that, and you know that in New York we have more immigrants in the floors.
So
You don't live in New York, because in New
I
York
do
this
not
is
live in New
happening now.
York. No, I live in Los Angeles. Right?
Okay, in New York is happening this, and when you say you want to help the immigrants like that, you are also hurting immigrants. Not me,
How am I
but
hurting
other
immigrants?
other immigrants that are here and that are trying to do their jobs and that don't have opportunities like the people that were born here. You bring more immigrants to make the competition, and yes, and that's just numbers. And then they have to fight, and then you complain, oh, they are not paying the fair wage. No, they're not paying the fair wage because there's too much offers, and if they are illegal, then there is
Appreciate
going to
the
be
corgi.
exploitation.
Thank you so much.
There is going to be exploitation in wages.
Is this
So
20,
you're
this is
creating, the
2016?
Democrats,
And look at the
Democrats
number.
are creating all of this.
Read the number. 2016.
For what?
Almost 2.7 million new arrivals in 2016. Okay. So this is in the past, right? And we have less arrivals now, right? You referenced 1.4 million.
No, 1.7.
I think what you're trying to reference is the number of border apprehensions, right? Because in 2019, it was like 859,000. Now in 2021, we saw like 1.6 million. But those are apprehensions. So that actually would be what you would want to relate to if you were relating to like stopping people at the border, because that's apprehensions.
Okay, apprehensions. So that was the highest number.
Yeah, so but that's not talking about the amount of people. If you look at the arrivals, again, specifically, we see higher levels of arrivals in earlier years. That's why it doesn't make any sense for you to reference this.
Oh, it doesn't make for me to then see many more immigrants on the floor now in New York. So explain me that.
So I think that we should have better processes for immigrants coming to the country that don't just send people to like big cities where there's already a lack of infrastructure. There are many places around the world that have, not around the world, in the US that have better set up for infrastructure and actually have like a lacking population, right? So having a population going into areas like that, right, would be able to stabilize economies there with the existing infrastructure. Right.
I'll tell you something. We, the immigrants, like myself, we don't have Social Security. Health. We have to hire a private health insurance, which is extremely expensive. Okay, typically you have this for free in Latin America. So why don't your Biden? Why?
Sorry, you have what for free? Green cards? Sorry, someone said that.
No green cards. Health insurance.
Health insurance.
Here,
yeah. Universal health care. Yeah, I think that we have an issue with that. We need universal health care.
Okay, if we have this, which is the basic need, why he doesn't fix this first instead of helping open the border and more immigrants? Why those immigrants are more important than the people here?
They can do both. And also, I'm not a Democrat.
No, they cannot do both.
Yeah,
no, they cannot do both.
Yeah, can I respond, please?
Yeah.
Okay, so absolutely we can do both. We don't need to open the border, but we can make the immigration system a lot faster to bring people through the legal processes significantly faster, right? But if you want to relate to universal health care, we can absolutely bring that about, right? If we move the country significantly more left-wing, which is not Trump. Trump's not in support of universal health care. Trump, instead of being in support of universal health care, wants to stop immigration to the degree that we see it today, right? That's the issue. So again, if you want to reference whether or not we see universal health care, we're clearly not going to see that under him.
And we're not going to see under Biden either.
We're going to get closer to it. There's notions of universal health care that they're more in support of, and the Overton window is pushed more to the left with people like Biden in office.
Yeah, in their preaching, yes, that's true. In their action, no, because they come and they inject policies that go against science in health, which is not going to get the support from most of the country. Like the other guy was telling you, like, I'm a woman, I'm not a man. Even if I want to feel like a man, I'm not a man. And the government should not be injecting money into non-scientific things. And gosh, that is our culture as well. Hispanics. When you're importing Hispanics, you're importing people like me. Okay? And we're against your progressive dogmas because they are not for science. So we're not going to get the free health insurance. You see? You're importing our culture as well.
So we absolutely can get universal health care, and we're actually going to move more towards that as we have more Democratic or progressive candidates, not people who are Republican candidates or in support of Trump, right? It is the case that we definitely will, as it is the case we've seen in the past, things like the ACA, which were expanding health insurance to individuals. Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. So there's a notion closer to universal health care if we're talking about Democrats, not like with Trump supporters. And I'm not against science at all. I'm very much in support of science. And there's nothing scientifically wrong with describing a trans woman to be a woman and a trans man to be a man. Because the notion of, let me finish, please. Because the notion of men and the notion of woman are related to the socially constructed norms that we have desires to be in accordance with. It's not related to the set of biology that we have. Okay.
There's no trans woman and trans man. That's a dogma. That's religion. That's
not any religion. That's not dogma.
That
trans
is
women
religion.
and trans men exist.
It's
They are real
based on
people.
science.
They absolutely exist. They're real people.
No, they
Yes,
are
they do.
men that are confused and women that are confused. And that's called gender dysphoria.
Yeah. So no, not everyone who's trans is gender dysphoria, and there's actually people who are cis that are not trans that have gender dysphoria as well. So gender dysphoria is not like specific to trans people.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
And based on
just lied.
science, based on science, most people that have gender dysphoria, like 90% of the people who have that, they abide by their biological sex if they are not influenced by the dogma from the left, but they are left alone in biology do its own
Trans
job.
people have existed throughout all the
90%
context of history. Right? Trans people have existed. It just is the case that they have not come out, as it is the case that they have not been accepted in coming out. The same way gay people have not come out because they've not been accepted in coming out.
Yeah, people with anorexia have always
Appreciate
existed.
the elephant. Thank you so much.
People with anorexia has also always existed.
It's not a mental health condition to be trans.
And if I am very skinny and I think that I am fat, and somebody a doctor because of money and greed.
So Salvador, right? It is not the case that someone thinks that they have biology that they do not have. A trans woman is not complaining that they're biologically female. They're not making that claim. Okay. The idea is that they have commitments, right, or desires to be in accordance with the set of characteristics or traits that are typically associated with the female sex. Right? We're talking traits. These are socially constructed norms associated with the sexes.
Okay,
not
the socially
having the set of
constructed norms is your
biology.
dogma. When you speak about socially constructed norms, those are the commandments of your Orthodox religion. It's
No,
not science.
I don't believe in any religion.
Yes, you believe in leftism.
That's not a religion. I'm not a leftist either, right? Leftist would be relating to an economic sense of leftist, which I'm a social democrat, which would not be considered a leftist by that definition.
Okay, progressivism, neo-Marxism, whatever you want to call
Marxism.
whatever you want to call it.
Can you
That's our
define
religion.
Marxism to me?
I said neo-Marxism, not Marxism.
Do you know what neo-Marxism is?
Yeah.
What?
It's taking some principles of Marxism and trying to apply to the culture.
To the modern era.
For
Now,
example,
can you tell me what Marxism is, to clarify
for example, for example, the fight of classes, like Marx thought that we always are in a fight of classes. You know, the poor versus the rich that are fighting. And he also said in his Manifiesto Comunista that the natural family was the problem, because in the natural family, men learn to oppress women. That's what Marx thought and wrote. And that's why now they are applying.
I don't remember reading that in the Communist Manifesto.
Yeah, I remember reading it. I read it many times.
I've read it too. I don't remember reading
Okay, maybe you should go and try to find this line. It's not. It doesn't give a chapter for that. It's like a couple of lines where he says that. And
in the Communist Manifesto.
Yeah, he talks against the natural family, and that the men learn how to oppress women there, and that's why the natural family is like a problem. And that's what
actually, if you want to relate
people like
to
me, we
Marxism,
associate.
Marxism is a lens in which you critique capitalism, right? So it's a method or an analysis of critiquing capitalism. That's what Marxism is. Okay, we all have notions of Marxism within the context of our political positions, based upon the idea that we are critiquing aspects of capitalism, right? But what we would dispute is that our response or our solution would be seen in regulations, it would be seen in social safety nets, it would be seen in these different things that are meant to stabilize capitalist markets, right? So it still is the case that we work within a capitalist framework, right? This is not socialist within the respect that it's not a democratic ownership of the means of production. Okay.
Socialism is a step for the full communism, and
transitionary state, yes.
And also people like Alejandra Ocasio-Cortez, she has no problem in openly saying she's a Marxist with the Black Lives Matter leaders as
Appreciate
well.
the eye, thank you so much. I mean, they might claim. I don't know if they. I don't. I've never heard her say that she's a Marxist, but maybe they do, right? Even if they do, right? Sure, there are some people that are going to be Marxists, right? But I've never heard her say that.
Yes, and the founders of the Black Lives Matter movement, they openly said that. That's in viral videos, them saying those things.
Yeah, there's some people that are Marxists, right? That not all people in the BLM movement.
If they don't like this,
not all people in the BLM movement. But also,
I'd
love for you to send me a source about AOC saying that she's a Marxist. I would love to see that.
Okay, and so why we are people like me say neo-Marxism is because we see where you're taking these ideas of the fights of classes, and now you're making the fights between men and women. That's why you have feminists against men, and then also the LGBT.
The idea is that we're arguing against systems of oppression. We're arguing against the idea that there's been discrimination and hatred targeted towards particular communities. That is the idea, right? We have that in the context of class. We have that in the context of race. We have that in the context of gender. We have that in the context of many things within this context of society. There are many different marginalized communities that need to be referenced, that need to be acknowledged.
And I believe hatred, there's always going to be hatred, and we should be allowed to hate because that's part of freedom. Otherwise, you become a control freak state, okay? Even God allows you to hate and to come in repentance. So no government it should be over God and should be over your liberty. Everybody should be allowed to hate or to love. You cannot push a law and say you got to love this person. That is ridiculous.
No one's pushing a law saying you have to love someone. Can you give me a particular law that says that?
No, but you said that you're trying to fight hatred. And there are hate.
Yeah, we are fighting hatred, and that fighting of the hatred is through the social and cultural norms of a particular society. That's the whole point of having conversations like this, is to change the way that people view these types of things, is to bring about acceptance and change these social and cultural norms associated with these types of things.
You're sounding like a preacher.
I'm not sounding like a preacher.
Of course you are. You're preaching your ways of love, what you think is love, and what you think is hatred, against what you think is hatred.
Yeah, so what do you mean by preach?
You're preaching your dogmas about what is hate and what is love.
No, I just want you to tell me what preach means.
To share from a pulpit a dogma. That
so what you're doing right now is
so
all I hear you right now is preaching. You're preaching too?
Yeah. Yes. The difference between both of us is that I admit and you don't.
Well, I just don't define preaching in the same sort of way as you. I define preaching in a religious context.
And I believe you are preaching religion because you're preaching about love.
I don't believe
hate,
in any religion.
Acceptance.
None of those relate to religion.
Of course they do.
Nope.
I
don't know why you're laughing. I don't have to hold to religion.
It's the center.
I do not have to hold to religion to be able to say that I believe in those concepts.
Well, what is a religion then?
Religion's going to be a faith or worship in a supernatural entity that created the universe.
That's not true. Buddhists don't believe in a super being that created the whole universe and is a religion.
Yeah, so they don't believe in any. Buddhists do believe in some type of supernatural existence, don't they?
I don't think all of them do. No.
Well, then
And
the
I
ones
think
in which
there are
not, that wouldn't be a
religions-
religion, but that's they definitely do. I don't know what you're talking about.
No. There are religious people and religions that don't believe in God, and they're exactly like atheism. Even by law,
Buddhas are
atheism-
supernatural agents, much as gods, despite the fact that there are many differences between Buddhas and gods. Buddhas differ from devas, gods, although they are both supernatural agents. So they do believe in supernatural entities. Okay.
Atheism was defined by the Supreme Court as a religion, so you know.
Atheism is not a religion.
It was defined by the Supreme Court as a religion.
I don't care if the Supreme Court defines it as a religion. It's not a religion.
Well, that's what the law says.
I don't care what the law says.
Okay, then you're talking about philosophy.
We're talking about how the way that we are referencing terminology. And the way that I reference terminology is not always going to be the same as the Supreme Court. But then also, can you please show me where the Supreme Court said that it was a religion?
You can, I don't know by heart, but you can Google exactly. Supreme Court defines atheism as a religion. This was because one of the inmates wanted to have the same rights as religious people were having there, like having resources to their Bibles and things like that. And this inmate wanted to have access to books for his atheist beliefs. And so he went to court, and the Supreme Court said, yeah, he's right. He had yes, atheism is a religion because
no. This doesn't say it is a religion, but they treat people like a religion in the context of the law. That is fundamentally different than saying it is a religion.
No. It is for the law. It is atheism is a religion.
No. It's equivalent in the context of the law, not in terms of the definition of the term. And come on.
And for a perspective purposes, it is a religion because we're at the end of the day we're talking about love, hate.
Can you define religion?
It's a way of how do we view virtues and anti-values. That's what religion is. Sometimes it's with God, some religions, and some religions
being an atheist has nothing
God.
to do with that. Atheism has nothing to do with that.
Atheism
is simply you lacking a belief in a God, or you saying that there are no gods.
And sometimes it's without God.
Atheism.
Yeah, atheism is a religion as well.
It's not a religion.
Sometimes, yes, it is. They live for rebuking God. Yes, and they have their own system. What they think is good, what they think is bad. Some atheists even believe in Satan.
No, so atheism itself is just the lack of the belief in the religion or the God, or it's the idea that there are no gods. Okay, and the notion of that does not entail.
Yes, I was an atheist.
Can you please let me finish?
Yeah.
The notion of this doesn't entail any particular notion of ethics. Okay. So that in of itself isn't the framework that would be related to ethics that you'd be referencing. So that's not going to be a religion under your worldview. And also, you're confusing religion and ideology, or religion and like someone's worldview. So you can have a worldview that's not a religion.
I think you can put a label to anything, and if you don't want to be labeled religious, okay. But to me, what you guys are preaching is religion.
Okay.
And you so preach religion because...
Well, it's the only justified religion, then.
Yeah, exactly. That's how sects believe. But some accept that. Some accept that you come and try to preach
it's absolutely not a religion, but if you want to define it as a religion, under your worldview, it's the only justified religion.
For you, it's your justified religion because you put your dogmas into laws and then you want to press your laws into power. Why are you cursing?
Because I feel like it. If atheism is considered a religion, right?
But I am not cursing at you.
Can I say that my platform is a church, and then therefore I don't have to pay taxes on the money that I get?
I guess you can go and fight in court that idea that you have. We'll see what they say. For now, I don't think so.
Chat, yo, I might have just figured out how to get around my taxes this year.
Yeah. Or you can get a non-for-profit and then you get away with that too.
Yo, I'm low key. I'm not gonna lie. I am gonna talk to some accountants about that. I actually do want to see if I could do that. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Maybe. Yeah.
W
Maybe.
Church of Parker. Can we get a W Church of Parker? Goobianism.
Yeah. And then you will avoid the taxes.
Yep. So, okay, makes sense to me. Okay, so yeah, we consider atheism a religion. Okay, I pay no taxes. W. You know what? I'm okay with that.
I know. Religion doesn't necessarily address ethics.
Religion does have ethics in it, though. Okay, but so where were we at originally? Saying in terms of
why
Trump?
I'm supporting Trump? Because he put, even though he's not perfect, he put some of the justices there to at least block a little bit some of the abortions, the genocide that happens in the U.S. So
the genocide. Okay, so you talking about in terms of abortion?
The genocide, because they are killing human beings, and that is actual science.
Yeah. So I don't care about human cellular life. I care about human sentient life. Do you think that us pulling people off of machines who are brain dead, do you think that's also genocide?
I think.
Are we genociding brain dead people?
I think you are killing millions of people that can actually feel feelings.
Are we genociding brain dead people?
Why are you switching that? You don't want to.
I'm asking you. Are we genociding brain dead people when we pull them off the plugs?
Do you want to defend the torturing of babies? Do you want to?
Oh, I don't. There's no torture if it's not sentient. All right.
Okay. When is sentient? When is sentient? In which week is sentient?
18 weeks is what I indicated sentience.
Oh, you think there's no abortion after 18 weeks?
Well, if you didn't cause it, you can get an abortion.
Who cares if it's about after 18 weeks, even though they are tortured? Why they don't put anesthesia? Why there's no law for anesthesia? For dismembering a child who's able and capable of feeling pain.
So that would come after sentience.
Yeah, after the 18 weeks. Why there's no law for that?
Oh, there currently isn't, but I would be in support of a law.
Yeah, but that's the least of the priorities, right? But if it was a black person being dismembered in a city hall in front of everyone,
yeah, who is sentient? Like, we would think that's bad. Yeah. Right, but we're talking about a notion in which an individual
or whatever
sentient.
Floyd, this criminal was.
And by the way, it would be that way if they were white as well. By the way, if someone was dismembered.
Exactly. If it's a human being that is visual, there, yeah, everybody will be up and down. But since it's in the womb, who cares? Since it's in the womb, the Democrats here in New York were clapping and we're celebrating that they took out the crime, decriminalized abortion up to the all the weeks of gestation.
Yeah,
all the 9 months.
So I mean, all
the 9 months. They were clapping about that.
I would disagree with that legally speaking, right? But it is the case that they'd view that in terms of like bodily autonomy, which you can hold a consistent view that relates to the bodily autonomy notion. I just think it's going to be held to like absurdities. Right, in terms of the different claims that we'd believe in, or the different reductives that you'd have to concede to.
I am pointing out to the perversity of
let's point out to the perversity of forcing women to go through pregnancies with fetuses and embryos that are not sentient. These things don't experience anything. They've never experienced anything. And if they got aborted, they never would experience anything.
But that's
and yet
not
you are
happening.
forcing women to go through pregnancies and taking care of these entities that are not sentient. That's an issue.
But that's hypothesis. That is not happening. That's fairy tale.
That is happening. It absolutely is happening.
No,
what are you
it's
talking
not.
about?
Absolutely not. Here, you are allowed to kill your baby all the gestation
No, that's not
period.
true. That's not true. Not at all. right? And there are many
Yes.
places in the U.S. where there are laws that do not allow you to get an
When I
abortion
say
throughout
here,
many
I'm talking about
aspects of
New
the
York.
pregnancy. If you want to relate to the heartbeat bills in
No,
the
no, no.
context of Texas, if you want to relate to other bills that
When I
relate
am
to other
talking about here,
Republican
I'm talking
states.
about New York.
Stop.
New York
I know
City.
you're
In New
referencing New
York,
York. Thank you for the
in
hot
New
message.
York,
Appreciate it. I'm talking
you
in the.
can kill.
We're talking
You can
in the
kill
U.S.
all the months.
We're talking.
All the months.
We are talking in the United States.
And the point that I was making.
Hey! We are talking in the United States.
Okay, and the point that I was making is about them laughing at that and clapping and
Okay. I
celebrating
addressed that already. I already addressed that.
And the point is that I don't see any women, even the women that are pro-abortion, I don't see any of them that they will go clapping and laughing.
Can you please respond to my points? Like anything I've said.
You have a question? What's the question?
I've talked to you, and you just haven't responded to a single point that I've talked about.
I didn't hear any question.
What about all the other states where people are literally forced to go through pregnancies, forced to take through the pregnancy for a fetus, for an embryo that is not sentient, one that's never had a subjective experience, never would have a subjective experience, nothing, right?
You want to know my view on that?
Yeah.
I believe that the person that kills a baby should be first degree murder.
Okay.
That's
So you think that someone who kills as like for example, if someone is having has a IUD, right, an intrauterine device, right? If they have that and they stop an egg from implanting into the uterine wall, killing a zygote, a single cell organism, you believe that they should go to jail. You believe for first degree murder.
I don't think that's happening.
No. That's your worldview. Because you think that if you are ending a human life begins at conception. Let me finish. Human life begins at conception. Well, then it is the case that an individual with an IUD would be a murderer under your worldview. Okay? If they're a murderer under your worldview, well, then it is the case that they are going to go to jail for first degree murder for having an IUD. That's your worldview. For killing a single cell organism.
No. And it's not any single cell. I believe in science. The science differentiates between totipotent cells. When the totipotent cell exists, there's a human being. And I don't say that that's embryology. That's basic embryology. You either believe in science or you don't. And that's it. And
I do believe in science, and I already addressed this. At the point of conception, it is human life. You believe it's a human being.
It's a human being.
That's based upon how you define the term, right? I don't believe that cellular human life is a human being. I believe that a person is a human being, right? And a person is going to be an individual in which is sentient, right? Past or present and future subjective experience would be the condition. Okay, that's my world.
The definition of a person is political.
If we relate to the idea in which the individual is a zygote, right? We're talking a single cell organism, a life at conception. You think it's murder to unalive that, right?
Your definition of a person is not scientific, it's political.
No, my definition of a person is under my own reference of the terminology and how it's even referenced in the context of neuroscience many times. Okay, so this isn't something specific to my own notions of the matter.
The concept of person has been defined in history in different ways. In some regions, indigenous were not people, were not persons, and some blacks were not persons.
Yeah, again, black people, and again, that's I think that's terrible to define it that way. I'm defining it in terms of
exactly
sentience.
How you're.
No, it's not. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Stop fucking lying. Stop fucking lying and comparing it to that. That's fucking ridiculous.
I'm not.
I'm sorry. You can cry about it and you can leave if you really think it's that bad.
No, I'm not crying.
Right? But it is the case. You're literally comparing.
No, I'm not crying.
No,
I'm
you're comparing me defining personhood
no,
in terms of sentience.
You should be more mature.
Hey,
you should be more mature.
Cry about it. You're comparing.
No, I'm not crying. I'm confronting you.
You're
the one that is crying. You're crying here.
I'm not crying at all. You're comparing.
Okay, now you're gonna block me. Go
no,
cry.
I'm not gonna block you at all. You're comparing.
So I'm not crying. I'm just confronting you. I'm saying respect. I am respecting you.
Please let me.
Okay, but don't curse.
I'm gonna curse as much as I want. If you don't like to hear it,
no, you shouldn't. And then I'm gonna complain and I'm gonna confront you.
Okay. Well then I can mute you. Okay.
Oh, of course.
Yes. If you're gonna talk over me, I'm gonna mute you. Yeah.
Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
God bless.
All right, we're going to go to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you disagree. If you can handle me swearing, everyone. We're just looking for some debates, y'all. Tap that screen. Let's try to get to a fucking 500,000 likes, everyone. Thank you for the sail away. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I fucking appreciate it, chat. I fucking appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're gonna go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree, everyone. I fucking appreciate it, y'all. Tap that screen in the meantime, y'all.